Hello everyone! Welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D live play show about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Matthew Foreman. We are joined by our lovely players, as usual. Before we get to them, let's just go over our usual announcements. And that is to say that we had just completed our D&D 4th of July extravaganza with interviews and a group discussion and questions and Q&As and giveaways. And that was really cool. And we were very, very thankful to everyone who showed up and said hi, and all our new followers and across all social medias, including Twitch. There will be a giveaway at the break. Around 9 p.m. is usually when we break. So be sure to be active in the chat, saying hi, and like us on Facebook for a chance to get some dice. Some pretty cool dice. Yes. Okay. As always, be sure to like our friends at Animal Helper, a 501c3, and based in New Orleans, it helps special needs animals. They do a lot of tremendous work. They're a completely nonprofit organization, volunteer-led, and they just save lives all the time. They're terrific. So you can find out more below on the charity button. Follow us on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook, and especially like us on Facebook today because you're going to have a chance to win some dice. Enough of announcements. Let's do our recap. When we last left our heroes, they had arrived to Bridgeton, met with Gilly's parents, been potentially embroiled in some mystical family drama, where Gilly, who was made by magic, it had turned out, who had not known the origins of... She knew that she was made by magic. She knew that her two mothers loved her and had made her from scratch, as Mafanwe said. But she wasn't sure of the circumstances and the specifics. So to that end, in trying to pry the information out of her parents, they said that they couldn't, that there was a contract, and that they were in danger if they said too much. The party broke into the carriage house where the contract was contained, deciphered it using a collaborative effort of enhanceability, inspiration, guidance, and all the like, and learned that Gilly was created in a 3 lives contract, which involved the creation of her life, the reincarnation of Morgan's life from the Baron Le Fay in the Land of the Golden Ending to the current pop star Morgan, and the forfeit of Trilly's life, and so that she would be made a hag. This obviously enraged several members of the party, including Gilly most of all, and they set out to see how they could right this wrong. And we left off with them approaching the Silver Bulwark and having gained entry past the Silver Bulwark, guarded by Alana Halfmoon, the conservator of the Bulwark. So, you guys are... The Bulwark is just now opening. What do you wish to do?
Approximately how far away is this stone table?
Well, it is about...
half a day, maybe a better part of a day, depends what the weather's like.
And what time is it?
You guys got a pretty good start on this, so it's before noon, a little before noon, 10 a.m., let's say.
And so we dropped Trilly off with...
The Friends of the Fallen.
The Friends of the Fallen an hour ago, half an hour ago?
Yeah.
Okay,
About.
So we've got 2 days to figure this out, or we need to get back to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, better not take more than a day over there.
Well,
If it takes a full day's travel to get there.
half a day's travel to get there.
Oh, okay.
Half day's travel back.
Understood.
In optimistic condition, yeah.
Yep.
Nothing will go wrong. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Correct.
What do I know about Falaglan Loch, just in general?
It is one of the most... So, Falaglan Loch is the lake of Falaglan Holler. Falaglan Holler is a hillbilly area, mostly uninhabited, full of very small settlements, hill people, lots of forest. And Falaglan Loch is the beautiful, stunning lake of Falaglan Holler. It's on the southern part, and it basically forms its own administrative division. Yep. And the stone table is one of the... It's like going to see part of the Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And, in general, what are the inhabitants of Falaglen Holler? Is it mostly halflings, some
Yeah,
elves?
hillbilly halflings, you would call them. Well, not that you would call them. I'm calling them that. Definitely some people of the old religion, those types. Yeah. It's a very untamed place.
Okay. Dangers that I would know about?
You have heard of the legend of the beast of Falaglen Loch, but it's like, what if a dinosaur had crawled into the lake? You know what I mean? So,
Eating up the mud.
yeah, lived there for millions of years. It's a myth. So that's about the most famous, but that's like something you set aside.
Look out, they've got a radar. Okay.
Just a minute.
Uh-huh.
So, let's be on our way before people ask more questions about what we're doing here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
Okay, so do you guys move past the silver bulwark, the gate of the locks, the legendary massive silver gate, which is one of the only two defensive points of Bridgeton, of the peaks. You move past, and immediately as you passed the silver bulwark, the mists conceal your vision, and you are yet again in the terrifying embrace of the legendary mists of the peaks. It becomes difficult to see. The temperature drops almost immediately, and it is colder, less friendly. And as you walk, perhaps a good 10 minutes, you begin hearing the strange accompaniments and the foreboding noises of nature that betrayed you not too long ago. And you wonder what lies in store this time. Who would like to helm the survival check?
I am going to make sure that we do the rope thing again.
Okay.
So that we're all connected if we can't. Because what, can we see 10 feet in front of each?
Yep.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So that we don't lose each other again.
Mm-hmm.
And then remind us all that we do have our horns of alarm.
I forgot to mention last session, during my sleep, I switched the Cap of the Bard back to Gust, my standard.
Great.
I will gladly lead the survival check if no one has any objections, although...
Actually, you know what? Because it's not so much braving the wilderness, this is actually like a national landmark. Investigation is actually what this is. It's just basically following the road signs for the first leg of this.
Provide any guidance?
I mean, I could do it. I'll lead.
Do we
I'm
all...
here.
I mean, I
I'll
could
lead.
also assist with investigation.
Sure.
Yeah,
You want to help me?
Oh, you want to do it? Okay.
Yeah. I live here
Okay.
in this area.
That makes
Do
sense.
we
That is
also
fine
like
with
to
me.
pass without a trace?
I recommend
Maybe-
doing that when it gets a bit more treacherous.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Maybe
close.
when
I
we.
think we're okay with
Yeah.
that.
Right now we're just
This is like an idiot
Walking
check
through.
right now.
Go for
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Means you'll probably fail.
Yeah.
Thanks.
of course
Just
Our
based
luck?
on
with our luck trying to get through the glide.
advantage, guidance, yada yada yada. Before you say anything,
I know. I'm gonna add it first.
no.
Oh.
Before you tell me the total, I'm going to remind you that you have a locket around your neck that allows you to change a roll to 10.
Right.
Okay.
Math is hard. 14.
Okay, that's good enough.
The rolls weren't great, but my bonus is good.
Right, yeah. You make your way past the kind of more inhabited, the kind of state park portion of this journey. You are descending the peaks along a pretty well-paved path. You can tell merchants, traders, beast-led caravans could traipse up this part of the journey. But one of the things you discover is that as you are journeying, the air is so thin up here. And that where before you had made your ascent through the mines, which had been somewhat managed, this more wild, untamed part of it, the air is so thin. You can feel yourself getting, except for Gilly, and those who don't need to breathe, so you two, chiefly, you can feel yourself getting a little more winded more easily. And this long, steep journey, you worry about how long you can keep up. You're like, it's like there's like no oxygen up here.
Can we take a break?
Are you okay?
It's difficult to breathe. up here.
Yes,
Oh.
it takes a bit of an adjustment, but I don't think we'll be here long enough for you to really get used to it.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
How far are we? Are we close?
How long have we been traveling?
You guys have been at this about 4 hours at this point. You've winded down. You're now past the less well-paved part. You're into the haulers at this point.
Okay.
The air is getting a little better, but it's still, you guys are really high up at this point. Like, you took lifts and stuff to get where you were, so.
We can take a short break. I do not mind. I can keep watch.
We should just power through, anyways. Since time is of the essence.
That is up to you. If you feel that you have the constitution.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. How about
And
you?
Selena?
Are you feeling okay, Selena?
What level is a crag cat to be able to turn into it?
You'll have to be level 8.
Never mind.
But a giant goat.
Okay.
Same with anything that flies.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I can turn into an animal that's better suited for this climate if it gets that bad.
Okay.
Then let us continue.
Okay. So for the second part of this, I will require a survival check.
Do you want to make that check again? Or is it...
No,
guide?
one person with advantage since they will be assisted.
Oh.
I can't assist because I'm not
Do you want to
trained.
provide guidance?
I'll provide guidance, and I'm helping get through places, so.
Yeah, advantage plus guidance.
Okay, we'll keep that. That's fine. Oh, wow.
Is it cocked,
So,
though?
no, it's not. It's
Okay.
straight up and down. But this one's even better. That will be 21 plus... That'll be 23.
All right. So with deafness and you're kind of getting a little bit used to this land. It really tripped you guys up the first time you had to be a part of the mess, but now you're starting to learn its tricks. You're almost getting a sense of how it lives and how it moves in parts and how it thins out. So you get down and you basically mostly follow the signs, but the more you get into the haulers, the less those signs make any sense, and they start written in. Now she understands language, but the less they're maintained, it's getting difficult. You eventually come around down to a divot that seems to be kind of a pretty worn path that will a ramp that will lead down. And when you do, the mists, there's this kind of gentle kind of, and the mists, the trees shake. There's a very stiff, cold wind at your backs, and the mists part. You are 2 seconds away from the stone table.
Oh, wow.
You're here.
We
What
made
do,
good
what
time.
do I see from where I am?
You see a very thick and broad forest that seems to curve around this lower part, and you can see you are now. So you are facing north, and the peaks in Bridgeton are to your east. You are directly west of Bridgeton, and facing north, you can see a thick forest that seems to extend on forever, and maybe perhaps little settlements within it. And on the left, a kind of smaller forest, and beyond them, you can see the cerulean blue waters of the Fallow Glen Loch.
Okay. And Bridgeton proper is which direction?
Due
from where we
east.
are? Due east. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You guys have basically traveled directly west when it's all like you had to go up and round and down and round and round down, but you are basically directly due east at this due west at this point.
Okay.
Little northwest, but yeah, of Bridgeton.
Sure. Okay.
So, Gilly, what is the significance of this stone table?
It was pretty prominent in the old magics back before the arresting light. Right. I don't know exactly what the purposes were, but probably some sort of altar or a place where rituals were conducted. I mean, should I roll a
You can roll
history or
religion
something?
if you'd like.
Sure. Not bad. What is that? 23.
In time immemorial. In not only but before the arresting light, but long after, because the way of Marissa didn't come until about 600 years ago. The stone tables were the site of the old religion. The hags served as high priestesses and could call out to the spirits and worship great power. These were the formal-ish meeting places of the sectors of religion that worshipped here. The people that respected the hags would pay tribute to them and understood them as the powerful creatures that they were. And these would be the sites of sacrifices, of healing, of marriage, of everything. This was the church. And there are many stone tables. This is the most famous.
Very interesting. Why do people fear Trilly becoming a hag if they used to be worshipped? Sounds like they are powerful beings.
What would I know about how to answer that question?
I'm not sure. I would just answer it to the best of what... Say what you
Sure.
want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard about the Sorcerer Kings of old and how formidable they were and everything.
Yes.
Well, the hags and the mists here were part of what kept most of the Sorcerer Kings out of the Glide, for the most part. Anything that can frighten away something like a Sorcerer King can't be, 100% pure goodness. At least not from what the stories say.
Is anything 100% pure goodness?
I'm not saying that it is, but I don't reckon that it's better than being who Trilly is now.
Interesting. Have we asked her what she wants?
That's a fair question, but she's only 9 and
Pretty sure she wants to be a
She's-
blade singer.
I'm pretty sure she wants to grow up to be just like Sevilius at this point. So, it's different. But, what did you want to be when you were 9? Selena.
Not this.
Sorry, good.
Did you have, really great dreams about what you might be, and did they change much? That tends to be what childhood is from what I've experienced and what my siblings have been like.
You had quite a different upbringing than I did.
Okay.
I was supposed to follow my parents, and
Oh.
all be all.
Really? To what end?
I was supposed to go into the family business.
What was that?
Um,
If you don't want to answer it, that's okay.
no, I was supposed to go to the family business. Farmers. Nothing extraordinary, nothing fantastic. We earned our living. Nothing is pretty or dainty as what you have.
You never had any dreams of being something different, though, when you were a little one.
Hard work eliminates those things.
Well, don't know. It's a long time for you, but did you have any dreams of what you wanted to be when you were little?
It's odd. Probably just like my father, honestly.
That makes sense.
Very well known, highly respected wizard. So.
Sure. I know it's a bit different because when you were created with a purpose and all of that, and you didn't have a childhood per se. Right, it's a bit different. So
There was
I'm
never
just
ambiguity.
trying to explain it from a different point of view, I guess.
Well, then,
I don't know if Trilly is in the right headspace to be able to make that sort of decision for herself.
Interesting.
Not to say that we shouldn't at least maybe talk to her about things, but right now I just want to get a bit more of a understanding of what we're dealing with and what our options are and what those options would mean, what the consequences might be. And part of that is starting off and finding out whether or not I would be making an enemy of Morgan if I go against the hags.
Fair
can I
enough.
make a perception check to see if there are other people in this glen? If I need to cast like dark vision so I can see better? Something.
Sure.
Yep, first roll of the night. Natural one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She's tearing up.
I've got hands.
Your memories of your life in the plains and the people of the plains and how your mother and father are, more so your mother, has got you too distracted. You start to look around and realize, oh, I've been spy mode. I've been caught unaware.
I mean, is Morgan there? Do I see her anywhere?
You cannot see the stone table.
Can't see it from where
It
I
seems
am.
to be
Okay.
naturally like you have to go around.
Okay.
Do we want to come up on this quietly, or do
No.
we want to announce ourselves?
I can move forward quietly.
If we want to move if we want to move with the opportunity to be quiet when necessary, I can make that easier.
That is fair.
Probably your call, Gilly.
I can also have the three of us basically disappear, and you can go off on your own. With as long as you stay within 30 feet of me, you'll have the same opportunity to meld into the shadows.
I don't think that's a terrible idea.
Okay.
I think it's fine. I'm expected to be here. I don't know if anything is going to happen to me, but just in case.
So then
that might be good.
I'll go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Anybody within 30 feet of me for the next hour has a plus 10 bonus to their dexterity checks and can't be tracked except by magic.
Yep.
So you'll leave no...
Dexterity stealth checks, but yes.
Specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll leave no tracks, but if you can be as loud as you want and the rest of us can be quiet and just wait, and we'll follow you, obviously. So if you're stolen, etc., we can bust out of the
Sure.
shadows and...
Kind of like the mine scene. I like it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm also going to cast Enhance Ability on myself. Charisma.
yeah? Okay. I just need to know, so who's there? So I'm thinking of this basically just for convenience. Who wants to be 2 on the right and who wants to be the 1 on the left, basically? Or do you guys want to be 3 on one side?
I'll go to
Well,
the
I'm
left.
going in.
I'm talking about
okay.
3.
Sorry.
I'll go to
So-
the left. Because I can manage the stealth.
There's
So
two.
as long
There's
as-
2 forests.
Yeah.
And then there's the clearing. So it's like who wants to be on the left, who wants to be on the right.
How far are those...
That's a good question.
Spaces away
you
from
won't.
each
Yeah,
other.
you won't hit the. You'll need to basically. Never mind. You'll be 3 on one side to benefit from pass.
Yeah, we should probably stick together.
Yeah, we should stick together and stay about 25 feet behind her.
That's fine.
So,
Okay.
that would be my recommendation.
Alright,
and
got it.
then I'm going to segregate my blue dice.
You could. So you guys will be on the east side rather than the north side. Okay, I got where you are. Works for me.
And then, yeah, I don't want to be immediately with her, just within hearing.
Yeah,
slash
within a turn's distance kind of thing. Back up.
About 25 feet so that she has passed without a trace if she wants it.
Gotcha. Alrighty. You guys start off into what is now the northeasterly wood, which will then be the more and following her along the tree line using the brush, and they are very difficult to see. Everyone roll stealth checks.
32.
Jesus Christ.
We'll see if I can beat
17
you.
on the dice.
So we just get a
plus
plus 10,
10.
we don't get advantage.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
So I get a plus into this?
You do.
So hold on.
You're going to
35.
Good.
19
21.
I'll take it.
Mr. Leadfoot Loudpants over here.
Yep.
He's breathing heavy.
So rather than the shadows coalescing around you, the mist envelops your guys' form and you become almost one with it in almost a predator-like fashion. You guys dart into the tree line following her 25 feet, keeping pace. You bless yourself with enhanced ability, charisma, and you make your way and you arc around. You arrive at the stone table of Fowler Lock. You come down the ramp, for lack of a better term, and arc around, now facing to the west. The beautiful Cerulean Lock sits incredibly placid, eerily still with the mist hanging above it. There is a deep and old and ancient forest to your north, and the smaller, so old it's actually started to die forest to your south. And behind you, to the east, is more of that northerly forest that arcs around, where your friends are accompanying you. The stone table sits large and massive in form. There seems to be nothing on it. And there is like there's a stump which has like some etchings and markings. There's no graffiti or anything indelicate. This is an ancient and old place, and you get the sense that if anyone has come here to disrespect it, that has either been wiped away or that person has been. Standing before the stone table is Morgan, the international pop star, friend, and sister by supernatural means, and the former Baron Le Fay, the archfey who is now inhabiting the material plane and seems to be coming into her own. She stands in a gorgeous midnight blue gown with stars. She is almost difficult to see from this angle. Parts of her, the mist moves around and she is obscured. She's pale, as she always is, with her dark hair done up very crazy and high and all fanciful, high fashion, like she could walk a runway. To her left is Glitch, dressed in an outfit that you've never seen before. It has epaulets, and it is what basically appears to be some form of an officer's uniform. He has a brilliant silver rapier to the side and nice, really, really hot animal skin boots. And to the right of him, right of Morgan, left of you is Glitch, and to the right of you and to the left of Morgan is Ardini, an elf that you had met before. And they stand there. She looks at you. Say it.
Wait, me, Alexis?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
staring.
Oh.
She's staring at you, Gilly. She says, "Say it."
Hello, sister.
I've wanted to tell you for so long, darling. Oh, it feels so good. You know who I am.
You're the Baron Le Fay.
Yes, I am the Baron Le Fay. I'm so sorry.
So you weren't able to tell me who you were?
I could have. But I didn't want to step on anything. I didn't want to...
You're trying to be respectful
of the family dynamic. Corn told me how close you all were. I didn't want to seem like I was coming in between anything.
Did you know my family at all when you were, before we had started adopting? Did you have a proper childhood, or were you reincarnated as...
Oh no, I was born a baby, same as you.
Okay.
There were 2 babies that day on this stone table. I know I am raised as you see. I am 22 years old in this lifetime, although I have all my memories. Missing a few bits, but I have my memories. And I was made from magic. I tasked the hags to do this. I was not in on what means they which accomplished it, but it was by my command as their archfey to bring me into this world.
Had you died on the other side? Or is this just a...
She takes her and she goes,
Oh.
and the gown just rips off. And she stands completely in like one crazy fluid motion. She stands completely naked. And there's a strong, stiff wind and the mist separate. And you see all these wounds. There's a cut mark here, and there seems to be some kind of illusion that drops when she takes off the gown. Cut mark here, a stab mark here, a slice here, a burn here, a stab, a bruise, a stab. Her entire body is riddled with stab wounds and bruises and lacerations and cuts and burns.
I mean, I know about the first time you were attacked, but...
I was attacked. I fled to a forest, and there Queen Mab saved me from my imminent demise.
I understand. I'm familiar with that part, but before you were reincarnated, after you became Baron Le Fay, had you died, you tasked the
in the
hags
land
with...
of the cold unending?
Yes.
No. I
No.
was alive. I was an archfey. I still am.
So this was all a means to...
Welcome to the material plane, my home.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I lived here for many years. I missed it dearly.
May I ask to what end?
Does a person need a reason to come home?
No, not necessarily, but you did say you know, before you were talking about how you weren't necessarily excited to be home.
I just wasn't excited to come back to Fallaglim Holler.
Okay.
You understand?
Sure.
This isn't. I mean, my original place wasn't here. It was a ways away, but no, I wasn't excited to return to Fallaglim Holler at this point in time. No, I love touring. I love singing. I love doing that. But I knew that I had a sense that all would be revealed to you, and I needed to be there for you.
Okay. What about... So what do you know of these hags that
They
Truly
raised
is
me.
to be?
They were the ones who raised me.
What was that like?
Bit strange. But they did relatively well by me. They taught me my magics. They taught me to walk, how to read, and they taught me I am who I am because of them.
And what sort of life do you think Trilly would have with
Oh.
them?
You don't want her to become a hag. I mean, I would never let them turn me into one.
Well, what is there to be done about that then?
Well,
Can I get a read on her?
roll an insight.
And she stands there butt naked, like
Yeah,
having
she's
casual
completely
conversation.
she's completely unfazed.
And you're a halfling, so you're staring up at the.
Natural 20.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, what's the
nice.
total?
The total is 25.
What are you attempting to read?
Whether or not, like, she's genuine in saying that, you know, she would not want to become a hag, or doesn't think Trilly should become a hag.
Very
that she's genuine
Very
about
genuine.
wanting to stop that,
Yep,
or
she seems.
encouraging that.
Yep,
being
she is incredibly genuine about that. Yep. That is the God's honest truth. She really doesn't fancy anything. Well, I know, Gilly. I know that some of these things make you uncomfortable, but these are the old laws. The oldest laws, the oldest magics alive are life, love, and death. So, you can either convince the hags to love Trilly and to I can't believe I'm even saying this. And to forfeit the contract, which they would never do.
This will never happen, from what I know about hags and contracts.
Or life plays no role in this, I'm afraid. That's already been done.
Sure.
Or you can do the last form of magic that this old world has ever known. Death. Agnes has done many things in her life, long life, that she deserves to die. And the other hags too. Put an end to them. Trilly is released.
And you're not beholden to them
No.
for bringing you into this world.
They were paid.
They're beholden to you. You're
They
not
were-
beholden to them.
Exactly. I am an archfey. They were paid in this form of Trilly, which I did not arrange. I was in the olden ending. They called out to me for prayers and power. I instructed them to do something. I know you have a soft heart, and I love that about you. But I meant what I said. You are all that you have. The memories, the moments you make, they build you. And in the harsh light of day, in the world, when your back is up against a wall, you will be all that you have, every time. And to that end, with my understanding that, I can help you defeat the hags. You will never find Agnes without my help. She is ancient, old, and powerful. these woods fall under her sway and her command. She has many spies, many servants, and a network to disappear into.
Is she being genuine there, or is she trying to
Roll an
pull the
insight.
wool over my eyes on that? I don't want to jinx that one.
Okay.
21.
Very genuine. So, but those powers, as old as they are, and as much as they answer to her, they answer to me first, and Mab above me.
What sort of help are you offering then?
I could make sure you arrived, and that Agnes would have no escape.
And do you think that I could handle that sort of a task with my friends?
You have friends. You can handle it. I believe in you. I stopped
mean-
for a second. Good.
My understanding on hags is limited, so I don't really understand fully the enormity of that task, but I gather that it's not anything to sneeze at, so to speak.
You killed Lord Stilltower. The hags are cunning, and they have many resources. But strip them away from that, and they're just a couple of old witches. And while that's nothing to be sneezed at, it's enough for you to kill, to be able to defeat them.
So, would I be incorrect in making the assumption that there are strings attached to that offer to help?
I would not say them strings. I am not some common street hustler.
No.
I'm talking about offering something very old, very ancient. In exchange, Gilly, and she kind of picks up her dress. She's like, this is all so severe. She just puts on. No, we're sisters. We don't have to. I look at you and I wonder where you are right now, because I don't know what it's. I remember the first time I faced the cold hard truths of the world, and I worry where you are right now.
I don't know where I am either.
Are you angry with your mothers?
How were they to know? I mean, that's quite a grave consequence for their actions, but they thought they were being given some sort of an out. But they wouldn't have to see that end of that contract, from what I understand at least. I don't know how I could be mad at them for something that they didn't think would ever have happened. A war they couldn't foresee.
That's fair. But what of the rest of it? Everything else you've seen.
You mean about the contract and my parents, or do you mean about what we've been up to lately and
what you've been
I've
up
been
to
experiencing?
in the mines. I know about the mines.
I'm extremely frustrated, and so are my parents. I know that they've struggled a long time to get to where they are, and they've worked very hard to see certain injustices ended and different malpractices stopped, or at least tried to have them stopped. Apparently not all of them have. But I'm beginning to see that this isn't just a broken system.
It's a system that's working as intended. Illy, I can't tell you what to do. All I can do is offer you a choice. If you wish to go and kill Agnes and the other hags, and you require my help, all that I ask in return is you begin a journey with me. A journey for yourself. Start looking at the cold, hard truths of this world and understanding it as it really is. That you... What am I trying to say? Everything has disappointed you. all of your life, you have been lied to by these people. Not just your parents. I don't fault them. I understand what it's like to deal with these people. But everyone else, everyone around you has put a wool over your eyes. And you are old enough now, and you have been through enough to pull that wool and that veil back and see the world for what it really is. Journey into the woods. And she points now to the woods that are in the forest, and you can see there's a pretty good wind that's picked up. Defeat your enemies with my help. And when you return, become my Knight of Winter. And then when she says that, there's a from the Falaglan lock, a massive torrent of water that seems like stretched to the sky, the wind, the swift.
Dialed it up to 11.
And it just... and everyone's really cold and wet now.
His hair.
So, while we're all in this, do I recognize the armor that's on Glitch at all?
Roll religion.
Ooh, 13.
No, you don't.
Would I?
Go and roll religion.
Also, the elf known as Ardini, when did I come across?
He was just at the Fleeting Knights party. Yeah.
Okay.
He was just in the crowd.
16.
That's what I thought.
This is really old, like northern elf armor from the Loonmere. The Loonmere used to wear this. This is old officer attire. I'm not asking for everything, but you need to start. You need to start. You need to face what is really happening here, lest you be destroyed.
Do you have any idea what sort of timetable we're looking at with these hags?
I would act now. If they know the contract has been exposed, they can call upon it at any time. Shirley's of age, according to the old religion. They could be on their way now, though I suspect they're not.
Have you ever told me what your favorite flower is?
I imagine that Gilly has a hard time picking a favorite flower, but she's listed
Any
a few
flower
that she
will
really
do.
likes.
Then I'm going to pick one that I know that has 4 petals specifically, and druid craft it right next to her foot as brightly as I can.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
It is 13.
Okay. You see a very bright flower grow at your feet that has 4 petals? I
4
think?
petals.
Unsure what it means.
All the
Or
same
maybe
color.
you do know what it means and I don't know, but
Am I supposed to know what that means?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Insight check.
The next one will have 3.
Yeah, insight
and
check.
then 2. And 1. And then
we
they descend.
I just from the darkness.
Even though we've been listening the entire time. Attack!
I don't have message, otherwise we would have said that.
She says, I have never loved anyone who wasn't myself since my attack. And I certainly can't say I do now. But you are part of me, and I am part of you. And that makes me feel something for you. Something I haven't felt in a long time. I want you to be safe. I want you to be strong and ready. I'm not asking you to be my slave, like the Lanigs would, or the Creightons. Not asking anything like that. I am asking you to be my knight. A representative of me here on this plane.
And so, what are your goals here then? What would I be helping you to achieve?
To bring fairness and justice to this wretched kingdom, this republic, they call it. In whatever that looks like. We'll know when we gather more allies.
Well, what do you think that looks like?
I don't know, but I'd start with not having slaves mining for silver. I'd start with not having people born into conscription. I'd start there.
Justice is in
Calm
the
down.
woods.
Calm that revolution down over there.
Extra hard.
Yeah.
I am struggling with a few things lately. And, I don't know what means that you're going to, but, I can piece some things together. I can guess that there have been some rather extreme methods. Not saying, not passing a judgment at this moment, because I'm in a very strange place trying to figure things out for myself, but I don't know how I myself feel about doing harm and killing others, no matter what the crimes they've made are.
Regardless of how you feel, this world is built on bloodshed and murder, and it's not all the same. And if you aren't willing to defend your family by these means, then those means will come for you and your family. Do you think that the enemies of the O'Shea wouldn't murder you gladly? Do you think that these hags won't murder you the moment you attempt to step in front of Trilly's way, guard her?
Well, and sure that they would.
These are the most lowly and wretched of creatures. This is the low-hanging fruit. I'm not asking you to become a murder machine. I'm not asking you to be my hitman. I'm asking you to be my knight.
But and you would know this better than I suppose. You've been around far longer than I have, but what of reform instead of outright murder? Is there no other option? I mean,
how did the reforms work out here in Bridgeton? You're slaves in the mines. That was brought about by reform. There's nothing slave drivers love more than reforms. They love them. Put the law here, put it there, and they'll live just below it.
Or even breaking it outright. Well, I don't know, do I have any time to reflect on this? What of the other two hags? Will they be found all together, or?
Not always. Grelda has a shop in Bridgeton.
Oh, I've met Grelda.
Yeah, she runs Elder Secrets, the potion shop.
She handed me some sort of vial of something.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, as soon as I was having this conversation of I can't tell you anything with my mothers, my mom shattered that on sight.
Mm-hmm. Brunhilde, I'm not sure what she's up to these days. I think she mostly hangs around Agnes. Brunhilde, yeah.
These are all very
Grelda.
Aggie names.
I think I literally Googled, like, hag names.
It's Broomhilda and Brenda.
Karen, yeah.
So, if we were to go for Grelda, if she's not with Brunhilde and Agnes, you think that Agnes and Brunhilde would act
No, they're not
immediately?
good. I mean, you're talking about starting a fight. I wouldn't start a fight in Bridgeton unless you were very good at remaining unseen or something.
I don't think that's our strong suit.
No, yes. I would be wary. If you, on the other hand, attack Agnes, Grelda should come. Yes.
So we'd be fighting 3 at once.
3, yes.
Do you know of any, is there any information, about how to disable them and anything that might help?
Hags are clever. They don't really have too many weaknesses, I would say. What I would tell you is they rely on cunning and deception, rather than raw strength. So yeah, that's what I would tell you. They're physically pretty strong. They're smart. They're cunning. They're perceptive. They're pretty all around. Not particularly fast, so perhaps use that to your advantage. But I would go a long way to helping you get to them and disabling their resources so they wouldn't drain yours along the way. If you could even find Agnes without my help.
Okay. Could you give me a quick moment?
Of course, Gilly.
Just fade back into where my party was. Hi guys. How much of that could you hear?
All of
Yes.
She was quite loud.
She was quite loud.
So, speaking softly. I don't know. What do you all gather?
If we attack Agnes.
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 Hashtag Agnes.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I multitask and I'm reading as well as talking at the same time. It would be advantageous to take the gifts that we currently have, move to where we know Agnes is, hope that we catch her by surprise, and she's half finished before Grelda and Brunhilde show up.
Well, that's the thing, that we don't know where Agnes is
It sounds as if
at the moment.
your sister can help you find them.
Yes, but there are certain strings to that agreement.
Yep, a night of winter.
It's tit for tat, as it were.
Yeah.
I think, which is understandable. But
Gilly, your sister
as we
makes
talked about, you have to be wary with agreements and deals and contracts and the like.
Morgan,
But do you think we could do it without her help? She
How would
doesn't
we-
think. She doesn't seem to think we could. But does
How would
anybody know anything?
I don't think we could. I feel like Morgan would be a powerful ally to her cause, and she seems that she understands the way of the world, even for being here 22 years. And
may-
all that's changed since she's been in the material plane last, since she came from the cooldown ending.
What can you tell us about any of the old religion, and if there were downfalls to having or being a night of winter to this lady?
Yeah.
Do I
What
know anything
would I
What
know about
history
that?
would
Or,
you
Roll
know?
religion, big boy.
Religion or
I mean-
history?
I'm thinking. I'm looking into it too.
Religion or
Uh,
history?
History.
Can I help him? Because I'm
Sure.
trying to.
It's
I'm
fine.
also curious about what that is.
She's
for
assisting
me.
you.
And guidance.
Oh, you are assisting.
Oh wait, I can't give you guidance. I have. Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you're helping me, I can change that 1 into an 18.
If I had rolled,
And then add a +7 to
I get to
that,
re-roll
so,
once. So.
25.
Knight of Winter. A Knight of Winter are the officers of the Lady of Winter, the Baron Lefay. They are responsible for enforcing the ways of the old religion. In darker times, of course, this meant some pretty hardcore stuff. It was war. It was the time of the Sorcerer Kings. There were Sorcerer Kings at the border. More recently, the best example you garner at this point are Glitch and Ardini, and Corwin, for that matter. Do they go around murdering people? Being evil, being nefarious? No. They're just guarding a lady.
Yeah, so I'll explain that. In wartime, it's more of a thing, but
I've never asked how attached you are to the ways of Marissa.
It's pretty much all I've known growing up, right? I mean, how did my parents raise me? Way of Marissa?
Yeah. The Way of Marissa appears a bit of a synthesis between the old religion and the Way of Marissa. It changes a bit, so there's a bit it adapted just as all religions do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit more connection with the old ways here in the Glide because didn't have the Sorcerer Kings and all that here so much, and the old ways were very strong. So,
To be expected. I can imagine why there are druids here.
Sure. That and hags, apparently.
We all share common
and the like.
ground.
But
If your sister is telling the truth, if Morgan is telling the truth in terms of her intentions, she makes a very compelling argument. Might be advantageous to have someone of such power guiding you.
You're not wrong, but I mean, it looks like they're waging a war. They're about to wage a war, or in the midst of trying to wage some sort of a war.
So
You were saying it's not so bad
so we're
out of
looking
wartime, but
at the future as well, and not necessarily at what's going on right now. I mean, what would you sacrifice for your sister? And I'm not talking about Morgan, I'm talking about
truly.
Trilly. Would you
That's-
take on this pact to save her? Because this seems like our best chance of saving her. And
That is the
finding
heart of it,
Agnes.
isn't it?
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Morgan can't make you do anything that's against your nature or your decisions. You can always capture and hold. You don't have to kill. These hags may be a different story,
I'm certain they are.
but
Do some research, hopefully, before we go into the fray. But
having been part of a war, you make decisions.
One also does not disobey the direct orders of their superiors. If they tell you to kill, you kill.
That is a philosophical difference to be explored at a later date.
Okay, I don't know what war you fought in.
You-
I apologize.
I got
that's,
myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Literally. But just because someone's given you an order, if the order is wrong, you have the ability to ignore it. There are consequences, but you have the ability to ignore it.
And that's true.
I have, and I'm still here.
Well, that's good. We need to talk about that in a bit then. I want to talk about that, but I think we have some pressing things.
You can do what is right in the presence of those who are wrong. And that is hard. I'm not going to tell you any different. It is very hard, but it is possible. This is a means to an end. There would be consequences to breaking it in the future. But it could save your sister now. And it might not be a bad path if you are aligned with what Morgan wants.
It seems like it would be better than becoming a hag. So
One sec. Liz, do you have inspiration right now?
No.
Take a D8 inspiration.
I agree with Morgan. One does not go through this world without getting blood on their hands. I mean, you can lead a life of pacifism, but you must accept the fact that you will not be able to protect the ones that you love. You've seen that in your short stint with Civilius and the group.
there have been some unfortunate results of some actions. Yes.
Yeah. We've only been, as long as I've been with this group, we've only been violent. Not necessarily when we've had no choice, but when it's been
Circumstances are.
called for it.
Yes.
I mean,
That's fair.
we didn't murder Kathunk. We know he could be a source of evil in the world that we just let go. Veselier is chancy opinions. He's missing an eye and just kind of took it
Well,
for
we're not all whole anymore, are we?
But we don't understand his view of the world, and we just let him go with a very powerful mage with only half a memory.
Yes,
We could have immediately tried to murder Kathunk or leave him there,
that's true.
turned him over to the confessory, turned him over to whatever passes for science in this world, the Hall of Invention.
Sure.
Like, we made that choice to let him potentially have a life against potentially better judgment.
I
Whether
think it
could
was the
have-
right decision.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying that we took a risk because we decided as a group to give him freedom. Because most of us know what it's like to not have it. And Still Tower did not give us a chance He had dug his own bed.
Right. Well,
There's
and
no remorse there.
with the Kathunk, he deserves the chance to find out who he is for himself, not just.
If he was a sorcerer king, does he truly? Or do we hope he's forgotten all of that and becomes better?
We don't know what sort of process it actually happened. I mean, we don't know what kind of integrity is.
I'm now worried we're gonna get murdered by Kathunk at some point.
He's my homeboy. He likes me.
don't
Gilly, I don't think that there's
I think
anything.
we can talk about all that later. but-
Right. I don't think there's anything that we can say. This is a decision that you must make for yourself.
It does come down to your decision.
Can I
If you want us to
roll
walk out there with you,
perception or insight on everything I heard from
We can.
Morgan?
Yeah, roll inside if you're.
1 second. As soon as she.
14.
She seemed sincere. She seemed earnest. She seemed incredibly emotional and vulnerable.
I say we come out of the shadows. We take Morgan's assistance. We hide her like we just hid us. So wherever she wants to lead us. And we get ready to hold and defeat Agnes and whoever helps.
Well,
This is
I
not a-
trust that if I take this arrangement with Morgan, it all goes sideways. That you'll at least.
You know of my friends here in the Glide.
Okay.
They will protect you as they can because you know me.
and we'll all stand by your side as well. At least I can speak for myself.
Indeed.
Thank you. Alright, well. Let's go strike a deal.
Someone's gonna become a knight!
Maybe you'll get some cool shit.
We'll see.
So you all emerge from the forest line? You can see when you all emerge, Morgan's like, I didn't realize we were being spied upon.
No, just protect.
I understand the precaution. You needn't explain yourself. I trust you.
There's like 40 of her knights.
Okay.
The trees, like
Yeah,
we
like
were standing amongst
Airships.
them. Yeah. We were like right next to someone.
The trees attack you.
From the water with the knife.
Yeah.
Have you made a decision?
We have.
She holds out, pulls a beautiful black dark iron rod that has kind of cerulean touches all throughout it. It's a rod. On it is a crescent moon with a little star at the. She holds it. She hands it out to you. If you take this, when you return to the stone table, you will become a Knight of Winter. This will take you through the forest. There, you can find Agnes. When you've killed all 3 hags, return to the stone table, and you will become my Knight of Winter. What say you? Just holds the rod there.
What amount of choice and autonomy will I have in my own actions?
You've met Corwin.
It's my brother. I would hope that I'd met him. But
You know Glitch.
yes, but I don't know what their own personal choices would be. And
You'll be
what...
your own person, Gilly.
Okay. Okay.
Do you take the rod?
Will I be transported there immediately?
No.
Okay.
You have to walk there, Gilly.
Okay.
I'm not a god. She
Well, I
hands you
don't
the rod.
understand what sort of magics you possess.
Not yet. The pact is sealed.
And so you grab the rod.
I grab it.
When you do, you feel kind of a coldness wake through your body. Alrighty. So you may take that.
Okay.
It will help you on your journeys, but you will be in, once you've killed all 3 hags, the pact will be sealed. Well, when kill all 3 hags, come back here to the stone table, and the pact will be sealed. You will become a Knight of Winter.
Will she be forever blue?
That's a conversation for a later date. She is of two worlds. And eventually, you'll have to choose one. But again, one thing at a time, honey.
Yes. When you say return to the stone table once we've killed the hags, do you mean immediately thereafter, or is there some sort of a breather period that I have?
Immediate sounds good to me.
Okay. Immediately.
Caps underline. Mind strong.
Underlined.
Body strong. She's the night of winter.
We didn't take that cage of holding with us, did we? We left
The
it.
siphoning
I
cage?
just-
God,
I don't think
it's
that's
pretty,
large enough.
The chains are not really heavy.
We could have put one of the hacks in it, and
Or
then we
Morgan.
would
No,
never
it was
killed
like a
it.
cat
I know,
cage,
I
guys,
know.
But the chains on it were really heavy.
We can put Trilly in it, and it'll keep her safe.
It would siphon her life.
No!
It's like the opposite of Sam. It's like putting somebody
That
in
is
a
the
witch.
She would
opposite of
literally
what
be a
is
withered
good.
husk, like within an hour or two. She's a celestial being.
Just kidding, obviously.
I know.
No, I was thinking you don't kill the third.
So,
Just in prison.
what do you wish to do? Time is of the essence, you have gathered, and you worry, like Morgan said, that the hags are already on their way. Choose your path carefully.
Okay.
This rod will allow you to find Agnes pretty quickly.
Oh, fuck.
Is there a way we can quickly contact Beverly somehow? To see if we want to enlist his help as well?
Oh, mother of God.
Wait, have you had
Make
that
a million deals.
conversation with
No,
her?
we never had that conversation. We went straight to Morgan.
You could try having it on the way. It's a bit of a trek there.
Correct.
Like, well, sorry, when I say immediately, I mean there will be no rolls involved. It's literally like the rod will guide you. It'll be a nice stroll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like a divining kind of, this
Yeah.
is your path.
It
Shows you where to go.
mechanically it neutralizes all the spies, agents, informants, and guards that Agnes had. You're skipping encounters here.
Damn.
Yeah, no, this is
Glorious.
yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta move then.
Meaning you'll be at full strength when you confront Agnes. It's a real benefit,
Okay.
and that's a rod of the Pact Keeper +1, but you can't use it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
say we go.
Morgan is
Yes.
still there and everything. And where is Corbin still at my family's house?
Yeah, he's Corbin safe. Everyone's safe except for Trilly, really.
Yeah.
Right. Asking for more assistance would be pushing it. Okay.
I think.
What
we're
do
good.
you think we should do?
What do you-
And
I say we go. We're
So-
all rested.
Morgan said that they are cunning, strong, and perceptive, not very fast. Morgan, what sorts of magics do they tend towards? Do you know?
A bit of mine, a bit of hers, and she points to Selena.
So things like glamours
Nature
and
magic.
charms and nature.
Charming,
magic.
illusion, lightning, insects.
Anything that uses wisdom. So if we enhance any abilities. I know that's what you're asking. I'm being a terrible person.
Sort of.
Not really what I'm asking. I just want to.
I know
Just
what you
want to
mean.
know. Yeah. It also means things
So-
like illusion and charms won't work on them.
You know that Beverly told you that you can reach out to him.
Mhm.
But it's if you want to have a
So
conversation.
on the way, so we'll start. I guess we all should start following the rod. I guess, and I can have this conversation with you on the way.
Okay.
And
okay. Will it be relatively apparent when we're getting there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll cue you in. Agnes hits you in the face.
She drops from the sky.
Yeah.
You're now a hag.
Yeah.
76.
Yeah.
It's me.
Barrel damage.
It's
Yeah.
just
She has a
this.
gunpowder.
There's
Yeah.
three. There's 1, 2, 3 invisible.
She hurls a
Yes.
gunpowder barrel in your face.
Um,
So on the way there, so there's pipes.
So we had, I had mentioned before that Beverly had offered you his services as well, to solve the hag issue, but that he would have issues locating them. Now it doesn't seem so hard now that we can figure out where they are pretty easily.
Yes.
But he wanted to speak with you, and if it was, it's kind of up to your decision if you'd like to enlist their help, but he is trustworthy and he is willing to help us. He's quite strong. So, may I suggest that he can potentially strike at Grelda, since we know exactly where she is. Well, we strike at Agnes, and then Agnes will not have backup.
Potentially. I've already entered into one deal. I don't
doubt
know
he
what
will
I'm.
require you to enter any deal. It's more of a favor to me.
Okay.
So you're wanting to use your favor for this?
It warrants a conversation at the least.
We'll see where the conversation goes, and I'll offer it if he doesn't offer one.
Okay.
So I'll pull out his card, and if you'd like, I can contact him right now.
Any objections?
I've been meaning to have a conversation with Beverly, so no, not at all.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll use the card to hopefully call him.
So you go to it and you're like, is this gonna work?
Yeah.
And,
'cause
then
I'm like,
and then your mind turns and you look at the satchel that Justice is holding. More effective means of communication. 100% secure. Older than the mists.
Oh man.
My eyes are up here.
So could I use... You're talking about the diamond.
Diamond,
right? Yeah. Alright. Justice, may I borrow that void diamond for 1 second?
Might I ask why?
I need it to pierce through the mist to be able to communicate with Beverly.
This thing has a hidden ability, which you knew. I will loan it to you.
Yes.
On
Alone,
one-
of course. You may have it right back.
One condition.
Mm-hmm.
You must divulge to me any other information you know about said diamond.
I will.
This is more of a shot in the dark.
Yeah. It's more of an idea, really, because I don't have any other information on this.
Insight check?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm suspicious.
You're so suspicious of everyone all the time.
Well,
I'm not very deceptive. I can tell you that much.
He seems to be telling the truth.
Yeah.
He's trying something. He's doubting the. He doesn't think the sending cards will work in the mist, but he's wondering if the void diamond is still connected.
Okay.
Right. So I'll take it and I'll
You're just talking to it, basically.
basically talking to it, focus through the card through that to kind of contact Beverly.
What do you say?
Are you there?
I am.
Gilly wishes to have a conversation with you. We may know the location of Hags and would potentially like to enlist your help.
Should I come to you?
I believe that would be wise, as we are on our way and time is of the essence.
I'll be there in a little bit.
Thank you. And I will give the diamond back. It seems to have worked. I was able to successfully communicate.
Very interesting.
And the card burns.
Got it. I'm sure it could be never.
Do you want to say anything before Beverly enters the scene?
I don't know whether or not we should mention my deal with Morgan. I don't know. I'll let you judge that situation.
He's already allied with Morgan.
Okay then.
They're friends. I don't know how they got in contact to begin with. I'm guessing it's through JJ.
That
but
makes sense.
They are allies as far as I know.
Makes sense.
So, there is a. You guys are still walking along because you want to keep pace. You can feel like the divining the rod is getting stronger and stronger. You know, but you know it's not like oh you're here.
Yeah.
But it's like okay, we're getting closer about Hazzies and a brilliant door of starlight and void. And you hear just briefly through the void. Sovelius. So, and then
just him?
through it.
He's the only one who hears it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you all hear it.
Oh.
And then through the void, Beverly steps out in the door. He's in his battle leathers basically. They're pretty impressive. He has his void dagger. He has a couple other weapons, armaments, pistol. He's got some kind of goggle-looking thing. He's armed to the teeth. Mighty fine to see you, my liege. Mighty fine to see you again, Selena. And mighty fine to see you again, Gilly. And I don't believe we had the pleasure of meeting, my fine, fine boy.
Your reputation precedes you.
And he holds out like all.
I just look at it.
Well, you're supposed to
Then
hold
I
it.
I shake it like I've seen others do.
Oh, let's try a kiss next time. So,
His face.
this is an exciting little game we are playing. Hide and seek. Tag. We're in the woods.
Did you ever the game of assassination?
Yeah. Kill the hags.
Yeah. Almost more like Red Rover.
That's quite an entrance
Bring
just
Agnes
made.
over.
Thank you. Little bit of magic is all that is.
That's not just a little bit of magic, right?
I'm nothing your mama can't conjure.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken here, but didn't you just pass through a different dimension?
There is a crack of no.
Thunder.
Reminder that it's 4th of July, so if there's some
Loud
stuff,
noises?
I don't know.
That was
Fireworks.
closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
That was just the first one.
That might actually be thunder too.
No, that was the fire. That was
No,
the
that was a
fireworks.
That was a
firework.
firework.
Okay.
It's just, that is teleportation, my darling. You pass from one dimension to another. Did you think I dropped from space?
Did that look like not like?
It looked
So I
like a
would've
dimension
seen-
door.
I would have. Okay, I've seen Dimension Door and that it
Yeah,
looked normal.
but it's
it didn't
stylized.
Mm-hmm.
Did it look?
Raw Arcana.
Yeah, yeah.
It's flavored.
Can I also roll? I don't want to
Sure,
assist.
yeah.
I just want to know
Yeah,
for myself.
yeah. I love that. Thank you for that.
25.
It looked like a very strong version of a dimension door, but it was a dimension door.
Okay.
Yeah, so 23.
Powered by his patron.
Yeah.
I believe it is you two who call me on this audience. So, how can I help you, Miss O'Shea?
It was relayed to me that you were offering some sort of service.
I am.
What would the nature of that be?
That would depend on
We'll
how
talk about
much
the
you...
specifics.
Of course! I would never have you enter into a bargain under misleading circumstances, like other ladies who live in this forest. I am scrambling for my notes for the branching paths that I have artfully laid out for you.
Right. Slaps the top of the notebook.
Yeah, they're not on
Right,
the
right,
computer
right.
this week.
I bet, yeah, and I've actually switched to physical, which is nice. So, well, that would depend largely on how much of this legwork you wish me to do. All three, one or two.
What would one cost?
I mean, as a favor to Sevilius, nothing. As a favor to Sevilius on behalf of you, I would just like it if you and I could have an occasional tea. Just a little luncheon. Every now and then. Just to make sure that your darling sister, Morgan, is on the up and up.
Meaning keeping up with whatever arrangement that there had been struck.
Yes, of course. I mean, that would be up to you. I only wish to know of her comings and goings, and what she's really doing here on this plane. I just want to make sure she's loyal to the cause. Revolutions are messy business. She's been touring the world, getting richer and richer.
It
How?
seems also enabling some actions of yours.
Yes, she has been an incredible asset. I'm not asking you to be, I just mean we catch up every now and then. We have tea, and you tell me if Morgan's been up to anything. Anything that we should be concerned about.
He's a sparkling conversationalist. Our talks are always the best.
You flatter me. Short of that, I don't believe you're ready for the other tasks we have for you. There are people that I can't get to. One good turn would deserve another.
Would Gilly understand that he's basically asking her to spy on Morgan?
Roll me an insight. Yeah, insight.
21.
No, that's gone. Yes. Although it sounds like he really does
Sounds
sound
a
like
little less harmful.
it sounds less adversarial,
less
more like
that's
we
the word.
need to make sure that she's not betraying the cause. Is how it sounds like. Just
Just
yeah,
his,
basically.
watching
Yeah.
his back on it.
You would not be her handler per se. You would just be her nose. I forget how the spy terminology works. You would be the person who makes sure that she's loyal to the Heathens Collective's cause.
And based on the deal that I just made already, those two don't line up.
They don't line up, but you could pull it off. You could try. You could certainly try.
Wait, how would they not line up?
If I just made a deal with Morgan, and I'm beholden essentially to Morgan, I'm going to be her knight or whatever,
So-
spying on her would be a bad move.
Knighthood to Morgan implies full loyalty. Giving
That's what I
away
gathered.
Any
Right.
information about Morgan to others.
She
Would
would
be
be
like
cross with you
betrays
if she
that
found
loyalty.
out.
Right.
Got it. Less about the causes not aligning. And
Yeah.
Right, not like a mystical.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, more
Got
just
it.
this would hurt
Because
your
I'm like,
feelings.
I thought they were kind of aligned.
This would
They
just
are,
hurt
but-
Morgan's feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah. They are, but there's obviously a little bit of mistrust. So.
So alternatively, you said that you would do this as a favor for Sevelius?
Yes, but that's a very. I mean, we're talking about a blood debt that I owe him. Of sorts. I forget myself. Just a favor on behalf of him. My favor to him as a good elf trying to do the right thing to Sylvius. I would kill anyone I absolutely could for him.
That's quite the favor.
It is.
Don't worry, he didn't name any of you.
I did not.
Well, that's quite lucky.
I'm gonna lean into Gilly and stage whisper. Oh, low enough that Gilly should get it, and it should be hard to hear for anyone not
Okay.
standing next to us.
Okay.
This is difficult but doable. We could probably take all three on our own, but that would expend all of our resources. And there's more to handle here than just these hags.
I'm gonna reach out mentally to Mrs. Kilgast.
Oh god.
Yes.
Are you enjoying the show?
Oh, darling, I'm sit back here with cocktails, popcorn, and some lovely sunscreen. It's wonderful. I hope others are watching too.
Could you lend any assistance in our endeavor?
Of course I could,
Would you like to have some fun?
but it would require a little something more.
And that would be?
For starters, you can give me that thing you're carrying. That wretched creature.
Oh. The shadow creature.
Yes.
Oh, just the Bloodborne.
You would destroy it?
What I would do with it isn't much of your business. But yes, I would send it back to the River Styx into the abyss beyond. After torturing it some for information.
And if I gave you the shadow creature, what? You could kill one of the hags?
Yes. I'll kill Grelda.
I will consider that offer and we will see how this conversation goes.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
I hope I can let you stretch your claws. Okay. That's all done mentally. So
Of course, right.
Yeah.
We might have, I'm not going to say it out. I mean, I'll say it out loud. I'm not going to be secretive. We might have a third option.
Beverly's like, well, he is just full of surprises.
Indeed.
I have a resource at my disposal if you find this to be untenable. It would require sacrifice on my part.
Do you have some world-renowned assassins in your pocket that I'm not aware of? He's like examining you, like kind of looking you up and down.
I just stare at him.
Can I meet them? I'm single.
I don't believe that they are your type. Or they are yours. I could handle one of the hags.
You said that would require a sort of sacrifice on your part.
Yes. An expenditure of resources. A gift.
What do you mean when you say a gift?
A gift I was given for
Oh.
good service.
And you'd be willing to part with it under what sort of terms? Seem to be wheeling and dealing all sorts of things today.
I'm smart enough to put two and two together, right? Is Selena?
No, I don't. This is a
Because
pretty.
We don't know about the imp.
I know not about the imp, but about the gift that he was given, because I was there, right?
Did he
You're-
say gift that he was given?
I said
No,
a gift
you-
I was given, but you were out of the room. So it's
Yeah.
up to you. You can make whatever.
Go ahead and roll
Intelligence.
intelligence.
Intelligence. So that's a 18.
So did you tell them about the demon or not?
I think you did.
Yeah,
Did
you threw it on the table. Remember?
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
I have a demon I can summon. You gather that might
yeah.
have something.
I mean, I didn't know if
That's
I
his biggest and most precious resource. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, nothing that I think you would mind him being rid of.
Well, just as what wheeling and dealing. I would only ask for an audience with Morgan and Beverly. I would require a conversation with you later.
ooh, I'm to be put in this deal. I'm game.
I mean, I can't guarantee you a
Oh,
conversation
you can.
with Beverly, but
You can. I'm over here. That's fine.
but I mean,
I offer myself willingly.
I was about to say that's more up to you than it is up to me. So
You got me. I'll talk to him if you want that hag dead. I don't have to do it. I get to go sip mojitos.
I only offer this, but if his requirement is not agreeable, please know that this would be a sacrifice on my part. I do not offer it lightly.
well, that means a lot.
And so, Beverly, if there's anything I can do to step in and take the burden of a deal or whatever away from Gilly and put it on myself alongside my normal one that you owe me separate from all this, but like take that on, like it's important that we save Trilly.
I appreciate that.
So if there's anything I can do to kind of make, if the terms aren't amenable to her, I offer my services whenever.
Sounds like it's up to you, darling. I can think of some work for Sibelius, although I must say it makes me mighty uncomfortable. But
Are there any negotiations to be made in that deal, or is that your only offer?
you can either spy on Morgan, or you can do someone in for me. Fair trade, life for a life, someone I can't get to.
I could help with that.
Don't know how I feel about just outright murdering people.
I have no qualms with it.
How long do you think we'll be traveling with Morgan?
I don't know.
If she becomes her knight, likely for a long time.
How long do you need an inside track on what Morgan does and does not have?
Just say that shit right in front of Beverly. It's fine.
I believe just until the
Oops,
centennial,
sorry, I missed
or
that.
maybe a little long
I
after.
wouldn't have said that out loud. Sorry.
Remind me, that's 2 years out?
It's actually, so I actually misspoke in a earlier game. It's actually this winter. I thought it was a year from now because we'd done time traveling and I was all like, it's in a few months.
Oh,
In a few months, it's
Along with the blood moon, all that good
Yep.
stuff?
The Hunter's Moon, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Mhm.
Is that also the anniversary of the
Yep.
founding of? Okay.
Yeah, the bicentennial, my bad.
The bicentennial
Yeah,
of.
that's all of it, yeah. Because 200 years ago, I don't know why I thought it was a year from now, yeah.
Okay.
It's about, this is the equivalent of August, it's in December.
it doesn't hurt me to share some tidbits of what's going on one way or the other. I don't mind taking her space to share what we know.
I wouldn't mind that, but if I may be frank, I don't believe you will give as valuable information as her sister, so that would not be adequate. But I appreciate the offer.
I don't know that I'm in a position to make that deal with you.
That is fine.
I will take the life for life deal.
It is done.
Holy hell.
You'll have my assistance.
You hold out a hand?
Yeah, I shake.
Oh my god.
Trilly's life is more important than whoever, and I'm true to the cause, and I'm sure whoever this will be
This is why
be
you,
someone that needs to go anyways.
this is why you survive.
Yes.
These hags are powerful. If we could take both of her assistants at once
That's true.
and we handle Agnes,
You're not wrong.
that would be
Coordinated strike would be
With-
ideal.
worth the price.
I don't know what else I have to offer other than my
That's-
attempts in keeping you safe.
I mean, I think as long as we all just focus on Agnes, if you can use your
Resources
resource
to take
to
Brunhilde.
take whoever you can take, and then with Beverly's assistance, we should be able to handle the other. And then we can take out Agnes.
He's thinking. Sorry. This is Chase role playing.
If there is more we can offer you in exchange for immediate assistance now, I can speak for myself that your goals can be my goals.
It's a matter of money. I'm sure that we can make sure you're paid. Or at least I'm sure that I can make sure that you're paid. I don't know how much I can guarantee, but
My goodness.
Do I have any idea, Matt, of like how rare this thing is? Like, is it
I would call it a fair trade.
okay? Can I say something to? Well, I don't even do that. Say, I do not. I do see the strategic value of a coordinated strike. It would ensure success.
it's less risk to ourselves too. Considering the odds that we're up against.
And
We can discuss restitution later. I think that I will help ensure that our success in this goal. I trust that you guys will make it right by me. And I'm going to say in Thieves' Cant to Beverly, can I have your card, please?
Yes. In this camp.
Yeah. Okay. I'll mentally call out to Mrs. Kilgast. Are you ready to get your paws dirty?
Incredibly ready.
Greldo's on Shelford, right?
She'll take on Brunhilde based on this deal.
Okay, so he's going for
Beverly will take out Grelda. Mrs. Kilgast will take out Brunhilde, and you guys will attack Agnes.
Perfect.
I'll say, that you just done. I'm extending an amount of trust, but I appreciate your assistance in this matter.
You're welcome. I'll be doing this subtly.
Doing whatever means you see necessary.
All right.
Well,
You're not there.
I know.
Get it
I
out.
know.
I'm
Oh,
letting her go at Broomhilda if she wants.
Alrighty.
So to tell you where Chase's mind is at, let her off the leash a
Let her
little
have
bit. I don't. Yeah, she's kind of stuck around me all the time.
Shit.
I was just thinking the coordinated effort is the important part.
Oh yeah, the timing.
I mean,
has
The
to be
timing
precise.
is important.
As long as we just explain to all parties and we don't
Yeah.
have to go into nitty gritty.
so
We
how
can
long
just
do we
explain.
think this
If there's a way to
conversation and
signal.
walk lasted?
About an hour.
Okay.
Oh
So
yeah,
would-
yeah.
Would we be coming in at the tail end of my pass without a trace so we could sneak into wherever
Yeah,
Agnes
no,
was?
pass out of the trace. Well, like the conversation itself, you guys have literally been at it for a while. Oh, well, maybe 30 minutes, and then the walk was a couple hours. So pass out of the trace is a long
Oh,
walk.
it's
yeah.
gone. Okay.
Yeah, she's deep within the forest, and you guys can see now, like, if this forest would have been, like, mystically protected and treacherous, fuck, you would have never found her.
quick thing. I'll ask Lady Kilgast. How far does our mental link work?
Very far.
Far enough to coordinate timing of our efforts?
Yeah, Brunhilde hangs around Agnes. I'll be taking her out as you take out Agnes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Nice. And I'll just say, my cohort is ready.
Actually, me too. okay, this is happening. All right. So let's review because I'm a little lost. You guys just did webbed a plot that I could never. There are intersecting layers here that Stephen King would be proud of. So, in exchange for Beverly killing Grelda, you will
kill somebody
kill
else
someone that he cannot get to.
But he still owes me.
He still owes you a free favor.
Completely,
Yes,
whatever.
of course. You have sacrificed and forfeited your shadow demon that you got from the College of Whispers in order to take out Grelda. In exchange, Gilly will give you an audience with Morgan and Beverly is volunteered. You, when you return, this is all said and done, they're all dead, will become a Knight of Winter.
Yeah.
And, well, you know what that means. I think that's the lay of the land.
Yeah, I
Easy.
think I'm the only one that didn't make a deal here.
Congrats, you're
Yeah.
growing as a
You got-
person.
You got out of this scot-free so far. Just hope you
Except
lived through
I
it.
mean-
I'm
all
technically
of
out of it scot-free too if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
but I
'Cause
need
I
could just use
my
you
free
to do
deal.
what I need done.
but he can't. The point is, he can't kill those people that he needs you to kill. Did you catch that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could maybe use that to forfeit it. Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Truly's more
So,
important.
are you guys forging
Appreciate
on
that.
and getting Agnes?
Of course.
Yes.
So,
Oh boy.
All right. So you are getting closer, and then now would be the time to start. You're coming up on the clearing. You guys have charged forward. Beverly disappears and says, "Look for my calling card." And Mrs. Kilgast is no longer. She's still in contact, but you sense that she's no longer near you.
Right.
And you guys are coming up on the clearing. Now is the time you might want to cast any buffs or prepare. Agnes's spies have been disabled. You guys are probably going to get the drop on her.
Perfect.
then I'm going to hold person for
Well-
Agnes whenever we. That'll be the first thing I do at my first opportunity.
Go ahead and roll intelligence plus proficiency.
Oh,
Gilly, you can assist her.
I will do that. And
Because we're strategizing. as we
with
approach.
guidance because enhanced abilities run out.
oh.
Didn't use a single.
Did you roll with
charisma roll.
advantage? Sorry.
Yeah, did you roll with advantage
16.
and with?
Oh, that's good enough. A hold person will not work on a hag. They're not humans.
Oh.
Yeah. They're
What I
fake.
was
Never
concerned
mind.
about. Yeah.
I got you, fam.
Do you have another one of those pass without traces in you, or should I
I
expend
do.
some of the use of my key? Although it might be advantageous for me to
Think-
reserve that for the
I will just, from
Yeah, I
my
think so.
perspective, her pass without a trace is less valuable most of the time than your key points. You know what I mean? Like she has more resources to run through. Where
Exactly. Yeah, mine are
Not
finite.
yeah. If you get this, yeah.
I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Thank you. That will ensure that I can do maximum damage.
Kill us a hag.
So do we
Just the
want
one
to-
apparently. Disabled of all of her help. You guys just did a job.
So are we gonna? Would you like
Efficient.
me to have us be able to stealth in on her, pass without a trace?
That would be
Would that be
Extremely
necessary based on what we have set up?
It's smart either way.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Morgan
That's fine.
can't disable all of her defenses.
Sure.
I will be
And
dropping that the moment we get into combat.
Well, before you want to do it before.
Close enough.
Yeah.
That's fine.
in the first.
I think she means dropping the spell.
Yeah. So the
Oh,
pass without a
Yeah.
trace will drop.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like drop the bomb, drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
if I
use
can,
it.
if I can get a
So-
Oh
first
no,
strike.
we'll use it before.
So,
Question: Would I have any understanding on whether or not the abilities that, like the spells that they would be casting are innate, or if they are actual spellcasters?
What do you mean?
Like for the bless you, for the function
It's a mix.
of-
I would say it's a mix. Is your understanding? They have packs that they form. You know about covens, and yeah. Oh, which by the way, yeah, this is a hag coven. You're killing the hag leader. Look out for the hag's eye. You know that.
Look out for the Hag's Eye.
Yeah, it's the thing that forms their pact. And they took a transmuter stone that fateful day.
Oh, that's right. So they have a transmuter stone. which
It's
I
a
don't
Hag's
know what
Eye
it
now.
does. And it's a Hag's Eye. What exactly is a Hag's Eye?
It is the object that forms a coven. You would know that.
What does that mean?
It is the source of their power. But it used to be your mother's transmuter stone, which is what you gathered from the contract.
Would I have any idea on how to deal with it?
Bring it to your mom, maybe? Mom,
Oh, not anything I could disable in the moment.
probably not a smart idea.
Okay.
It was used to make you.
Well, mother. Right.
That would have been awkward.
I don't feel so.
Pain.
I don't feel so good, Sibelius.
Sibelius, I
Oh God. I think I forgot to mention a little bit of that. So yeah, whew, that could have been bad.
Okay, so watch out for the Hag's Eye, meaning what exactly?
Meaning
destroy
it.
it.
Loot it.
Keep
Loot
an
it.
eye out and take it with. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying something like, "It gives them extra power, disable it." I was
destroy
like,
it immediately.
Well, yes, actually, under normal circumstances, that's exactly how it works.
However,
you're worried
yeah.
that you'll kill yourself if you do that.
right? Okay, let's be careful with this thing.
So, you guys cast past the trace. You begin to form perimeter. Can I get stealth checks?
1 second.
35.
I was asking that question before
Earl in 19.
about like whether or not they're. I would know if they're counterspellable.
Yeah, they're kind of spellable. Yeah.
Okay.
Innate magic, as long as it doesn't say that it's no components, you can counterspell it. Yeah.
Remember to add 10.
And
22. All right, Agnes, where are you?
1 second. Let me roll my stuff.
You're adorable and loud.
I'm not good at stealth. I only have +3.
So,
Hold on. I didn't give you my stuff yet.
I think this is brutal. Oh,
My
then, all right, then.
24.
Literally just.
So you see, basically, here's the scene that you see. There is an old woman who seems to be doing some kind of gardening, and she's hunched over. You guys have established yourself on a perimeter, and she's just like, lovely lad. She's in a red robe. She's hunched over.
I was gonna buff. I can't buff more than one person with enhanced ability, right?
Of course not.
Okay. Oh, how reactive how much are you able to react to things? Would it be better for you to try to do more of the counterspelling, or for me? Do you think?
You should do all of the counterspelling, because I don't have counterspell.
You don't have it prepared?
No.
Okay. I'll cast enhance ability charisma on myself.
Alrighty. So you guys. So what you see is there's two old ladies, and they seem to be talking to each other. What? I'll go get a little bit of the feed. You'll be all right. And the other one hunched up. One is in a green robe. She stands tall. She's like 7.5, almost 8 feet tall, with large claws. Her skin is hardened and almost like an iron bark. Crooked nose, stark white hair, and she just has this brilliant eye medallion. This is obviously Agnes the Elder Hag. I'll go get some feed. That's all right. And then she turns around and the door opens, and she absentmindedly leaves it open. You see her making for the lady in red, and Agnes refers to her as Brunhilde. She's like, Brunhilde, shut up. And Brunhilde's like, There's a eerie silence. And then you just see Brunhilde is there 1 second, and then she is gone.
Oh, man.
That would be my agent.
And you get the feeling that it's now or never. Now!
I'm going to activate
You can assassinate her.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm going to activate the haste thing on myself, and then so these are auto crit with sneak attack on
If you
my
hit, yeah.
at
Roll
my
with
hits.
I
advantage.
would simultaneously cast Hex.
Inspiration for
Okay.
you. I give each of you inspiration before we do anything.
That's
How
fine.
much is your
Battle.
damage?
So 22 on the first hit.
D8.
22 hits.
Yeah, D8
Yeah.
for inspiration.
All right,
That's
I'm
a
going to
crit.
hold a D8. All
And
right,
then
so that's
it-
the first hit.
That's sneak attack.
So that would be my. This is critted, so it's
Yeah.
double dice.
Double
so
dice, and then add
no,
the modifier.
None.
Does he get the necrotic damage as well?
No,
Does
it's
he
just
get
you,
it?
huh?
Oh, it's just me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Hush.
So
I don't even know why I'm playing the fight music for this. It's more of a slaughter, I'm sure. So double the dice, add the modifier.
Yep. 18 plus 4 is 22. Plus 7 is 29. That's 29 plus my modifier of 3. So that is 32 points of damage for the first hit.
32.
Mhm.
Second hit, bonus action, roll attack.
Actually, I'll use my haste attack.
Dagger, gotcha.
That's a nat 20.
So you crit.
So then that, but there's no sneak attack on this one.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Um,
So you're just rolling it. You're rolling double dice
Oh my
rather than
God.
okay.
yeah, exactly. So that's 5 plus 4. That's 9 plus 3. That's 12 more points of damage.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
And now,
So you throw it and it immediately returns with lightning-like speed. You throw it again, and she's like, and
with
you're
my
on her now with
base
your bonus
being
action.
90,
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to do flurry of blows to do
Yep.
2 more attacks.
As you do this, the shadows coalesce around you, and you hear a voice. Yes, yes.
Oh my
You
god.
hear the voice of Grandmaster Wind.
Oh, good! My homeboy's here.
Become
Okay.
my living weapon.
That's a 20 on the
Hit.
attack roll. All right, so I'm going to roll 2 of these and 2 of these.
That was 12 on the second one.
Yeah. And this is, so that would be 5 plus 5, 10, 13 more points of damage.
Christ almighty.
Fourth and final attack.
And
Holy hell.
that is a 17 to attack.
Hit.
Oh, actually, that's a 19. I was wrong.
We don't check, but yeah. Yeah, hit.
I'm okay with that.
And then that is 6. 12 more points of damage.
Well, so with the two shadowy blows, you hear guys hear through all this stillness of what used to be this stillness and silence. You hear, vroom, 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 and you see his zigzag dagger erupt in a blast and burst of lightning. You get an additional attack.
Oh my god!
The zigzag dagger has awakened.
Oh!
Please hit.
Oh my
Nat 20. Good lord. Alright. My crits.
1 round hag kill.
Oh my
Let's do
god! This is insane!
That's 12. That's 15.
The lightning
Yeah.
is a d6 now.
I have to roll this. Yep. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly the same. That'll be, hold on, really quick. Because these are double. Yeah, that would be.
You roll double, just add
Yeah,
them
yeah,
together.
that's 15 points. More points of damage.
Yeah, include your modifier.
So 7 plus 6 is 13, plus my modifier. That's 16 points of damage.
16, and then it's your zip that dagger is now a +1 weapon. So 17.
Hey.
17.
So you and you hear this dagger. Who would like to go next?
3 charges from the magic missile wand.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
I did X, that's okay.
No, that's all right. Shadows coalesce around
Yeah.
her. Roll it. Poor Agnes. She just wanted to be a gardener.
Shouldn't be making contracts.
10.
Don't write a check that your
13.
ass can't keep.
It's
Ass can't,
5.
I can't even
It's
cash.
5d4 plus 5, right?
Yep. Thank you.
18.
How would you like to do?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the deals you made helped you. That's
Yeah.
all I can say about that.
Oh, okay.
Also 3 crits also.
Just
More
just-
than that.
pull out the wand and I shout, "You're not taking Trilly from me!" And 5
What?
5 bursts of energy.
Oh, this is the wrong address. Did I not mention that?
This is her garden. She's inside.
They just erupt, and then all sting her from different
Right.
different angles. Like one's in her back, and one's
Yeah.
in her kidney, and one
So
is in
in
her.
your fury, you and they go, and one in her head. And the elder hag of Fallaglen Loch, Agnes, who was some 900 plus years old.
There's the hag's eye.
Does it look like?
Well, that's the thing that just happened.
I spin the dagger like in my hand and then put it into the hill.
So yeah, it's a +1 weapon, and it's a D6 lightning.
Oh,
That's the only sustainable mechanic. The extra attack was when it awakened, but yeah.
That worked out really well.
Yeah.
So, is there anything coming out from the door? Is there anything in the room?
After
what's happening?
like about 6 seconds, you guys are like sitting there looking around, like, and out of like a little, the torn apart body of Brunhilde drops to the ground,
That's really gross.
Eyes staring up.
Oh.
completely slashed to pieces by these large claw marks.
We're gonna have to meet your associate.
Of course. I mentally say thank you, Mrs. Kilgast.
It's my pleasure. You can hear her licking her claws.
Glorious.
And you can feel the shadow demon. The piece of skin is gone.
Fuck that guy.
If I step towards the hag side, does anything happen? Do I feel anything?
As you step closer to the body of the elder hag, which would have been a much more impressive fight. I promise my boss encounters are real dangerous.
I can't
I got
believe
so
that just
dangerous.
happened.
The eye of the hag, the hag's eye maintains its kind of weird, petrified looking shape.
Uh-huh.
It hums with a brilliant energy. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh my
Alrighty,
Matt,
so
how
if
much
we
damage
take
did I
a
do?
break,
Do you know?
who
We are
wants to
taking
help
a
me
break.
give away
90
Facebook
something.
dice? Who
That's
wants
pretty
to roll
good.
for it?
god. Why don't you
What are we
do that?
rolling?
Oh yeah, so
How
we
many-
are going to give away some dice, everyone. This is the Facebook
The-
Live Guild?
Yeah,
the
this is the
Facebook
purple
giveaway.
dice.
We've got like 30 something.
Do you want to hand them
So,
to Matt
yeah.
so we can put them in the camera like we did before?
See me drop them, it'll be fine. They've seen a bunch.
Okay.
People aren't paying too much attention right now.
If you want to say something in chat, say something now. Say hi. For a super secret giveaway.
Alrighty. So roll me a number between 1 and 40.
31.
31.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I lied, there was only 20. Why are there only 20? I thought there were more. Yeah, there's 39 people that have liked us.
Yeah. And some of them might not be I don't know.
Start again from the top?
I can roll a 20.
Yeah, just roll
Okay,
one.
roll a d20. Go for it.
18.
Technology is not our friend, guys. Lindsay Peterson. Does anyone know who's Lindsay
I know who
Peterson?
that is, yeah.
Perfect.
Lindsay, you've won some dice.
You won some purple dice.
Yay! Congratulations, Lindsay.
Alrighty. I have written it down. Lindsay Peterson.
Calm down, Osis.
You'll be fine.
What do you say, rigged?
Alrighty.
Yeah, of course. Damn it, Lindsay. Rigged.
Alrighty. And then I think we have some dice to give away at the end, perhaps. There are some gold dice.
Yeah, when we come back from our break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That
sounds
would be
good.
great.
Alright.
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll come back in a little bit. We hope you're all having fun. A crazy little episode we just had,
Right,
and we'll
yeah.
we'll see where the rest of this leads.
Maybe we can kill a dragon sometime soon, and it'll be fun. We can
Yeah.
actually fight something.
No, you say only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out if they're actually made of gold. And that's
Are
to
they
win the
made of
giveaway.
gold? Well, you have to win them and then bite them or something.
Yeah, bite
Shatter
them.
your teeth.
See if they're soft and pliable like gold.
Just put them all in your mouth all at once and just bite down as hard as you can.
just start like.
If they're made of
And
gold,
that's
you'll be
where we go
okay.
to break, guys.
Right.
Yep.
Bye. See you soon.
Alrighty. Sorry, I flipped us back 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
So we are going to announce the winner to our Facebook or Twitch.tv Ask Questions giveaway. We're gonna flip a D4. The winner is Osis 10.
Awesome.
Landon. What? No, that's not. Losis 10.
Awesome.
Has won the golden dice. However, there were basically only 2 people who came around for their Q&A period and asked questions. The other one was Meepo. And Meepo is going to win a set of dice as well because you guys have been some of our best and strongest supporters that we've had, and we love you very much.
Thank
So
you.
you'll both be getting dice.
Yeah, I wrote them all down. So Zoidberg won some Twitters, some random guy on Instagram, Lindsay Peterson, and somebody on Twitch.
Cool. Well worth it.
Absolutely.
So, you guys are standing over your spoils of your victory. What do you wish to do?
Investigate the house
I'm going to pick
for
up.
all manner of things.
Gilly, you are approaching the Hag's Eye.
I'm going to pick up the hag's eye. Does it do anything if I touch it,
Well, you would have
or
to
when I get close to it?
Still says Rick.
Like-
God damn it.
Just as I get close to it, what happens?
It hums
Just
and
hums.
vibrates.
Your table is ready.
So is Beverly coming back around once we've done this thing, or is he just...
He occupied and killed Greld at the same time you guys did.
Yeah.
Was the agreement.
Yes, but
Yeah,
was he
I'm sure
coming?
He'll be
I
in
don't
touch.
know.
I'm sure.
He'll show up. He'll let us know.
Okay.
He said, look to Mothios for my calling card, is what he said.
Yeah, look for my calling card. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going to happen if I try to pick this up.
Would you
I
want
can
me
do
to
it.
pick it?
Yeah, either any of us can do it for you.
I'm resistant to magical effects.
That's interesting to know.
It
Okay.
is.
Seems
Um,
helpful.
Sure, if you don't mind.
Is there any kind of detection that you can do? Just because I'm resistant doesn't mean I'd like to pick up a
I
mine.
mean, I can't. I don't know.
I have a feeling it's an art. I don't know,
Well,
but I have a feeling.
Highly doubt it. It's humming as I get close to it, so I
Well,
don't think
you're-
that's
But it's
the thing
humming
You're
that-
as
also
you-
directly connected to it.
Sure, that's
Yeah.
Does it hum if I get close to it at all?
No, don't give a shit about you.
what I'm.
Okay, yeah. No, it seems to only affect her, so
Well, that
you could easily pick it up, I'm sure. Without any
I'm
problem.
going to touch it with one finger.
I die. I'm just
She
kidding.
dies. No, it's a stone.
I pick it up.
So, push it to my chest. Who's doing the investigation? You wanted to
So-
investigate?
I
Who's this-
wanted to investigate, yes.
Do you want to make sure that
Oh.
because they're at we're at front of their cottage or house or whatever, right?
Yeah, I showed
Do
them that.
you want to make sure that nothing's trapped if we want to investigate the house as well?
I can assist. I can assist Selena. I will let her take point.
Oh, I was looking for important or
Oh.
fun things.
Can I do detect
So-
magic too to see
Go
if
ahead.
anything lights up? So I'll spend 10 minutes casting detect magic if you want to
Standing
look for
outside the
mundane
house,
traps.
going in.
Why does that?
I'd like to investigate also.
So are you investigating for things or traps?
Oh, just for stuff.
So you and I are investigating for stuff.
Mhm.
Would you like to check for traps before we look for stuff?
I know that Matt had mentioned there's probably not any, but that's what Justice would do. So
Uh-huh.
he'll the 10 minutes that he does that, I will look
Right.
for traps.
So, someone helmet, but you're both doing it basically. So just you can either. It doesn't matter to me.
Go ahead, I'll help you.
Okay.
Get out of here, D4s, from my magic missile. $21. No, wait. Sorry. I used the wrong.
Alrighty.
14.
No, I'm
And
right.
there's a
21.
trap. So there's a pit trap out in the yard. You guys bypassed.
Is the
it.
dog
I'll mark it.
upstairs with us?
She's in
21 investigation.
Alrighty. You find 730 copper,
Ooh.
3,040 silver.
Hang on, she's ready.
Yeah.
3,040 silver.
So- Yeah. 379 gold.
3,400
Silver.
silver?
3,040 silver.
3,040 silver.
Yeah.
Sorry. And how much gold?
379 gold. So, just to let you know, everything I'm about to list here, the total, including the gold I just told you, is worth 4,774 gold. Okay? And 77 silver. Okay? It's up to you guys how much, which items you want to keep. But anything you keep, you would subtract the value from that total. Okay? So as you enter the hut, there are animal skins and preserved carcasses, strange objects. There's a basement beneath it that unveils into this kind of decrepit room with a large black iron cauldron. There are potions. There are all sorts of knickknacks of immense value strewn throughout, and there are items that hum of magic, including the cauldron and a few potions, an amulet, and some can't talk. A perfume, a potion that you've never seen before, and a bone mask that looks to be carved
Oh no.
from some old ancient creature or something, and it is in the shape of a hag. It's a plague doctor mask, but it's like a bone one. And it's more less pronounced than a plague doctor. It's more like a small hawk nose. It's a mask. It covers half your face, rests, and it hums. The bone mask hums with magical energy. So do those 6 potions: the hag's eye, the perfume, the black iron cauldron, the amulet, and the filter, and the other potion. So, also among are 47 gallons. Do not scroll down, by the way. Just keep it there. 47 gallons of ale, 3 flasks of alchemist fire, 8 pounds of cooking spices, 2 vials of holy water, 2 pounds of copper trade bars, 4 pounds of cooking spices, 11, I don't know why cooking spices in here twice, 11 pale green irons, blah, 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 and a bone hag mask, which should be bolded, but is not. Iron bird cage, and a jet statuette of Mother Night. So everything with a value assigned from it can be taken away from that hoard total. Okay?
And that's in roll 20 for us later.
Yep.
Okay, I'll deal with it later. I won't write everything down.
I think that we could realistically transport everything besides the 47 gallons of ale with ease.
I'm sorry, it's just funny because I used a random treasure generator and added a few things.
They were drunkards. Yeah. Is that is it
Wow.
if
What were
it's
they
a
making
keg?
that called?
It's like Fallowglen moonshine, basically.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
worth 9 gold.
Alright then.
We could probably roll the keg.
No, it's like separate jugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's super inconvenient. It's like
Okay.
they would.
Yeah, it's like somebody's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they went to the drinky store and just got a big
No.
keg.
Like they make their moonshine using probably dead bodies, and yeah.
Great.
Perfect. Neat. Okay.
Civilius, are you able to discern what the effects of these various magical items are?
With time, it will take me a bit of time to figure them all out.
Can you tell the the general nature of each magics? The school.
I mean, how
With
many
detect
potions?
magic, yes,
How many
I should be
potions
able
were
to
there?
tell.
6.
There were 6 potions. There's 1, 2, 3 kinds of potions and 1 kind of perfume.
Okay, so 4 total items. Do we want to
It'll
take a
take me
short
40
rest while you do
minutes.
this?
Because we're so expended.
But I mean, we're
Well,
also
that would
like...
give
There are
Advice.
8 identifies to be had here.
Yeah, okay. So it would take me about an hour and
I think we can
20 minutes.
do that. The identifies back at the right, or
Either one. I mean, we can take a break here and...
Yeah, I feel
I
safe.
can
You guys
do that
actually
as you
are-
find stuff.
Actually, at this point, you guys actually are exhausted and require it. The 2 people you are actually exhausted at this point and need to make a short rest to recover that point of exhaustion because of the thinness of the air. Yeah, I
Okay.
forgot to mention it actually.
Oh yeah, that's right.
so. I think that we could do that, and then whatever else we
What
can
time
maybe.
is it?
It's night at this
It's night
almost.
right
Well, the sun's going down.
Well, if we're going to be doing that, maybe I should make the hut.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
we'll just
In that case,
skip over the metaphor that you're making a hut inside a hag.
I know!
Call it a day.
So Okay, short rest.
Should I make it inside the hut or just outside? Where do you
So
want
you can
it?
pretty much get through this within a short rest, Rob. So now you can scroll down.
Alright.
The only one that's not, I don't know.
I
why-
can't scroll
So-
down on there, but I can scroll down on mine.
Oh, my bad.
So I go around and I just start to like spruce up different areas and create this hut, and I just sing, making your way through the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? I just sing to myself while I'm making.
No, you gotta hit the chorus. Go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Ba, ba, ba. And everybody's glad you came. You wanna be where you can see. Oh, I'm done. You're done.
It's up to you.
And she's
I'm there for
She's
it.
like fluffing up like the hag's pillows and shit.
Like scooting the corpse outside.
Pouring me a glass of moonshine.
So, you get through the identifies. The bone hag mask, when worn
I've been waiting
and
for
when
that one.
visible, gives you proficiency in intimidate checks. Intimidate.
Damn.
When worn and when visible.
Attune, no tune.
No attunement.
Got it. Alright.
It's a minor, very minor magical item. It's a common magic item. But it's also ripe for improvements. Potion of poisons are as described. Potion of healing as is described. The Hag's Eye Transmuter Stone is a complex magical item.
We know what we're doing with that.
The Perfume of Bewitching is as in the Xanathar's Guide to Everything. The Black Iron Cauldron is a lair item. When affixed to a lair which you are attuned, so when this object is attuned to a lair to which you are attuned, and you go to use it, it functions as an alchemist kit and a poisoner's kit.
Ooh.
Once per dawn, you can cast the scrying spell using the cauldron as a focus, and it reduces the time for crafting potions in half.
Hey.
Nice. Is it just potions or potions and poisons in hell?
Potions.
Okay, making sure.
We can still
So
send that
greedy.
back to the tower.
You're so thirsty.
Just making sure.
I can get that back to the tower reliably.
Of course.
Perfect.
How was that?
Oh.
Ah.
So
How do you mean?
player talking, not.
Oh, she didn't say that out loud.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I
Selena didn't say that. Liz said that.
no. Selena said I can get back to the tower reliably.
How was that?
From the war, I know a number of people that can get things from one place to another, especially as long as it's not across water.
Ah, was that affiliation that you have there? I'm guessing.
I guess the friends could absolutely help as well, but
Oh, you have a
15.
separate affiliation.
not so much an affiliation.
Is that
Just
like
I've been a lot of places. I know a lot of people.
She's telling you.
Okay.
okay? That's the truth. I roll a 15 on my insight check to see if you're telling the truth or not.
Oh yeah, I'm just not telling you that it's my criminal contact fee.
Oh, okay. Of course. Oh yeah. Oh no, that is what I'm saying. I don't care about that. Oh yeah, she's got people. All right.
She got people.
Yeah, people.
All right, I'll leave those over there for now.
I would.
And I can attach things to caravans, pretty much going anywhere.
I would appreciate the
Okay,
mask.
cool.
Why don't we gather everything up and we talk about this back at my parents' house?
So,
Is that
fine,
okay?
too.
wait, so hold on.
Yeah, because he spends the whole time actually identifying. Like he's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Sorry, do you want me to
Yeah.
click on stuff?
Dark Shard amulet?
Yeah, it's a common magic item. It's actually for warlocks.
Okay.
I'll
I
take
just
it.
didn't know what it
Require
done.
attunement?
I think it does. It's a pretty minor item.
Just does double damage and all sneak attack. You know.
It allows you to cast a warlock cantrip if you roll like a
I have
Arcana
D&D
DC
Beyond.
10.
I can
Nice.
look it up.
Oh, got it.
Yep. So if you take the bone mask out of the horde, be sure to subtract 750 gold. That's the only item that you need to subtract. Like the only magic item you need to subtract.
Oh, so the rest of the magic items aren't part of the
No, they are
total
not. They
worth.
have, if it doesn't have a value assigned to it, you don't have to subtract
Okay.
it from the total worth.
Okay.
It's been a while since you guys had a horde, so I had to revisit this little.
Nice.
And I converted
Damn.
the bone hag mask a couple weeks ago, so I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, resources, like I said.
As it doesn't require attunement per Sirvelius here. We could treat it like the Helm of Comprehend Languages. Whoever needs it, can use it.
What are we talking about?
The
Mask.
bone mask.
Well, like I said, why don't we get to that later? We'll
I still
talk
have a
about
few minutes that I gotta catch my breath here.
So while we were here, I feel that it would probably be wise for me to share.
I can't see you.
Sorry, it would probably be wise for me to share the nature of my
Is
companion.
it not exhausted?
Ooh,
Your companion just took out a hag.
she has many abilities of which I am not fully aware. She goes by the name Mrs. Kilgast.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
I know
that's the
it is.
cat that Still Tower had,
Okay.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
The imp?
It would indeed be the same. She
Do
came
you
to
mean to tell us that you've made a deal with that imp and then lied to us about it and have been hiding that fact this whole time?
I don't think he's technically been lying. He just hasn't been sharing.
Well, he sure did pretend like he had no idea where that imp was.
Well, that would not be a lie because I did not. But yeah, she approached me shortly thereafter we dealt with Lord Stilltower. She agreed to help me achieve my goals. In exchange, I would show her the world, and then help her with a deed once I've reached my end.
This is a lot to take in, guys. This is just a lot. This has been a day. This has been a long week.
Well, I figured we should put all cards on the table now that the nature of our relationships are becoming known.
Sure.
There's also a rogue dragon in our backyard, but you know, it's
Well,
all good.
A dragon?
There is a green dragon about to molt over by that beautiful waterfall that you showed us. It's just,
Go for it, guys.
We're here having a
we're
rest.
gonna come back to
Out of
it.
game, it's actually in Fallow Glen Loch. I mean, it's in Fallow Glen Holler. It's not at that. It's a different waterfall. Out of game, right?
What?
It's a different waterfall.
No, it's underneath a magical waterfall.
I don't.
right.
I did.
Not the one that I showed you, though.
No, yeah.
What?
Right?
No,
So
yeah,
then
no,
the
it's not
green-
under the silver waterfall.
Oh,
It's just
That's
under
what
a
I'm saying.
regular. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just.
so
Yeah.
Just making sure you as a player know the difference.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
Making
I
sure,
completely
yeah.
missed that then
It's in
because
a
I
cave
thought
under
it was
a
the same
waterfall.
one.
No,
Different
it's
one.
not
It was like
Cisadris.
clearly hiding.
He had said that
Cisadris'
before.
area.
It's just-
so I
It's
asked
literally me
if
being
it
like
was-
campy and saying all dragons are behind waterfalls. I'm just being funny. But
Oh, got it.
yeah.
Got it. Okay, I am caught up. So Selena's smarter than I am. She would have known that.
Yeah, she
is
knew
fine.
that.
That's of course. Yeah, it's player knowledge.
No, she's around. It'll be fun. We'll deal with it.
There's a green dragon here
In
in the glide.
yes.
Okay.
And did your cloak tell you that?
Yes. Did I tell you about the cloak? I
thought
did
you
not
did.
tell
No,
you about
she
the
only
cloak.
told Civilius in
Oh.
private.
I didn't tell you
Sorry.
nothing.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
didn't say anything.
Player knows, character doesn't.
That's a mix-up of Chase. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
So
putting
did
all
you-
these cards on
Did
the
your
table.
cloak tell you that?
There we go. Yeah.
The cloak.
So I think if we tell Gilly anything else
I'm
at
sorry,
this point,
I'll let
she
her
will
explain.
explode.
Your cloak talks to you. Oh, okay. You guys, you know, I get that we all have our things.
You're blue.
It's
and
okay.
From another world.
I know. It's got a lot. It's a lot going on.
So we're dealing with you right now.
Just
and then we'll
processing.
take a rest.
processing.
We'll deal with everything else.
At least we know that Trillia is safe
Trilly
course.
is safe.
now. Do I still have the copy of the contract, or do you have the copy?
Someone has the
Um,
charcoal copy. I thought.
The charcoal copy I had with me, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you still have that contract? Can we pull it out and see if?
Sure. Sure. While we're taking this little moment, looking over it, do I get
You-
the idea that
You pull it
Trillia's
out,
safe?
and the charcoal writing is no longer there.
So it's blank now.
Well, that's good
And you're still
news.
here. So
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Well, yeah.
So
I didn't think Morgan was going to do anything that would make her disappear, and we're linked, so I guess that tracks. Okay, well,
Excellent.
as soon as
That's a pretty good sign.
Yeah. As soon as we get done with our rest here, we need to head back to the stone table.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And after that, we should probably gather Trilly up.
Absolutely. Get her back to your mom's as fast as possible.
To assuage any fears that you might have, the nature of our agreement means that Mrs. Kilgast cannot kill on her own volition, without my express consent. She cannot take any actions to raise her husband, and we are
Her
free to.
husband?
Who's her husband?
You said raise her husband.
Free?
I'm trying to
Free
think.
her husband.
Was he the angry face?
I believe that you
words are
meant.
raise.
Oh, good. Neat. So you do realize that he
He threatened her.
Well, that's a good thing that I made sure that she could not take any steps to raise him while we are in our agreement.
But
you better keep her in that
How do you
agreement
get
for
out
at
of
least
the
another
agreement?
6
Well,
months.
I'm free to step away from the agreement if we find the terms to become.
No. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. You keep her around for at least 6 months. You have a moon that we cannot miss a date with.
I'm lost.
I don't need him back.
he
Okay.
said on the Hunter's Moon he would come for her. The armies of hell would come for her.
Oh.
Yeah. So you
That's
need,
coming up.
I missed that tidbit.
you need to keep an eye on your Mrs. Kilgast. And I'm
So
sure
this is
she
the thing
can
we
hear
need
us.
to figure out later.
Well,
Can she hear everything we're talking about?
Yeah,
Mrs. Kilgast, would you like
because
to
we're in
join
the
us?
hut.
I say, Mrs. Kilgast, would you like to join us?
There is a shimmer, and on Justice's shoulder is a black cat with an eerie glare and 2 adorable paws that sit in a reverse direction.
Gilly looks like she's about to pass out, but she pulls it together.
She's been with us the whole time.
Oh, neat.
In your
Okay,
heads,
okay,
Huh.
okay.
in your heads,
okay.
for the first time, you hear the voice of Mrs. Kilgast. Pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Oh, that's all kinds of unsettling.
You get used to it.
Do you? Do you really?
She's agreed to help me.
Okay.
And she helped us just now.
Okay.
And I got rid of a little demon he'd been carrying. So far, that puts me in the plus column.
Did you get rid of that? What I understand is that piece of skin he'd be carrying around.
Yeah, he explained.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
a valuable resource to me.
So I take it that Brunhilde was your doing.
Yes.
Okay then.
Some of my final work, if I do say so myself.
Now, what is the nature of your agreement? Was there some sort of contract that we need to be worried about here?
Yes, but I do not believe that we need to get into the terms of said
Of
contract.
course not. That's our private business.
I was
But
just.
I'm sure that you could produce a physical copy of the contract for him to read over, were he so inclined.
She's awfully nosy.
She's looking out for my best interests.
Fair enough.
See, I've just been burned by a contract of my own. Well, not of my own, but been burned by a contract already. So a little bit leery at the moment.
Would you
I'm
like
sure you
some-
could understand.
Would you like some reading material, darling?
I believe we can address this when we return back to town.
All right.
We appreciate
It
that.
might be best for you to be able to read it.
She stares at you. You're welcome. I look forward to helping you more. She said that only to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You have a talking cloak. I have a cat cohort. You're going to become the Winter Knight,
apparently,
and you're in bed with
yes.
Beverly and
Well,
the
not
Heathens
in
Collective.
Could be in bed though. Ah, you could be. He said he's single.
He is.
Now our cards are on the table.
Well, Mrs. Kilgast, I appreciate your efforts, and I apologize, but I am a bit overwhelmed and skeptical at the moment. So
Apology accepted.
Please forgive me for that, but I appreciate your efforts.
You're welcome.
Oh, this is... I don't like it.
Don't forget your manners.
Player question.
Hmm.
Would Selena know how burials and handling of dead bodies would be in the old religion?
Burn her!
Burn it.
Burn them!
Respectful or secure?
I would like to remember both.
It's one or the other.
Respectful.
Oh, chose wrong.
Bury her where she lived. Bury her in her nice grave with a little stone and the symbol of the religion, the Hag's Eye.
I'm gonna burn them.
Like just a stone settled in a symbol.
I'm going to burn them.
Be sure to spruce up her phylactery before you burn her. A barrier, I should say.
I'm going to burn them.
I'm just gonna leave the corpses for the buzzards.
Secure way to do it, Gilly, is to chop up their body parts and burn them. And then spread the ashes.
Chop them up, then burn them, then spread their ashes. That's what I'm going to do.
So- Back to character. So we do have two bodies immediately present that we need to take care of. They may not have entered into contracts that we condoned in our lifetime, but they should still be treated relatively with respect. They're older than we were.
Were they?
900 plus
Forgive
years.
me for not sharing your opinion in this instance, because my sister's life is at stake, and all of ours, I'm sure, should they ever find their way back to this world.
I believe if there were powerful magic users around for centuries, caution would be warranted.
Correct.
Hey,
Caution is
If
fine.
I, little Gilly, could bring Urki back from the dead, I'm sure there's other things that could bring these hags back to existence. I don't want to take my chances on this. Don't always play it. I don't always go this crazy about things, but this is my sister we're talking about, and they could also take vengeance upon us should they come back. I don't want to take that risk. I don't know about you, but this is my feeling on it.
I concur.
So what do you suggest?
I suggest we hack up their bodies, we burn them to bits, and we spread their ashes.
This is from the same person that just told me they didn't want to kill anybody.
These are...
Then you know you must take her seriously.
yeah, what he said.
Then we will do so respectfully. You can burn without hacking.
Yes, but
If you don't hack, they'll be able to be resurrected.
I like the little one. She's practical.
Indeed. She's growing on me. Did you say that out loud or mentally?
Just you.
Okay, mentally. Yeah. I'm sorry, Selena. I will side with. I know not of magic. That's your realm, but I would take any cautions available. They're
Fit.
dead. Let's ensure that they stay that
And
way.
I will let you hack on your own. Good luck.
if it were any other circumstance, I'd be right there with you, arguing for a modicum of respect, but I can't.
I'm just out there. Boy, I love hacking.
So, you use apparently the meat cleaver that the hags use to chop up their own meat?
Oh god.
I can do
Yep.
it. Wait, Gilly.
Seriously?
I'll take the meat cleaver from you. I'll say, let me do it.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'll get to work.
she thought she'd have the stomach. Alright.
She's young.
And then I'll leave their symbol on their floor, basically,
Okay, nice.
so that they have their own little bit, because they still are part of a similar religion that I have.
Yep.
Even though it was necessary to take them out.
I'm hacking and
Respect.
whacking and slashing.
So yeah,
Just hacking, whacking, and
Making-
slashing.
Making significant sacrifices
Heck, chop,
and
right.
deals. Like I don't want this to come and bite me in the ass later.
Chop
Yeah.
that meat.
both of your perspectives were valid.
Oh, sure. I totally
Alrighty.
get the totally understands your perspective, but yeah.
So, you guys rest. It is now you can hear the whoo, whoo, As night begins to settle in, what do you wish to do?
Will the rod get us back?
Yeah.
You know how to get back?
Yeah. I mean, the fact, yeah. Yes.
Okay. And we've taken a short rest, so I get my inspirations back. Oops.
I'll say to Mrs. Kogas, it feels good to have the group know of your existence. It feels as if a weight has been lifted.
I look forward to getting to know them. They are awfully interesting.
Indeed. Cool.
Well, we should head back as soon as possible.
Yes, I have.
Who knows what kind of time frames you have for getting to the stone, as well as
She
the air
did
is very thin up here, and it would
Morgan
be
did say
good if we head
immediately.
back to town.
Morgan did say immediately thereafter, so it's time to head there. Time to head back to the stone table.
Well, let's go.
Alrighty.
You don't have to accompany me there if you don't want to, but
No.
I
I most
appreciate your
certainly will.
presence.
At this point, we're stuck with you, so
I think from now on we're in this together.
especially as we go through
Seems
the
like
mist,
That's true.
nothing like a big T-Rex to keep you out of this mist.
Just pet my T-Rex necklace.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you guys pack up your things.
Oh,
You
boy.
say a prayer in Druidic to the hags, even though you had to end their life. You still respect what perhaps they represented and the similarities. And you know that there are druids that do become hags. And how the witches of the old have been ostracized in the conflicts they're in. You guys put everything together. You make with everything that was listed there, presumably. And you make your way back to the stone table of Fallaglen Loch. You part through the clearing out of the forest, leaving the elder hag's burnt body, the fire kind of in the distance. And there is Morgan, Glitch, and Ardini standing there. They seem to have been like talking. There's like some kind of sort of magical force chairs kind of about, and they're chilling with cocktails by the water. And when you walk back, you see there's this kind of in the water, this large kind of wave
Guys, that was a Falcon face!
that seems to swim away.
That must have been it! Guys!
What?
Guys!
I didn't.
Did you see what we saw?
Should we slap her?
What?
Is she hysterical?
I didn't see what she was talking about.
Morgan's like, Gilly, don't be silly. Dinosaurs don't live in the lake.
I'm not a
They
biologist.
live in the mists.
Fair point.
We saw one.
So, it's done.
It is.
She stands up, and as she does, the force chairs, the force lounges dissipate.
Oh boy.
Everyone.
Yeah, they all stand up. Glitch smiles at you with a kind of like expectant, like he's happy. Ardini,
I
who
bet he is.
was once Ardini was your date.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, Vitar was Beverly. Yeah, but Vitar. Yeah, Ardini was the other half. Yeah, date.
Yeah.
He gives you a nod. Gilly O'Shea. Before the old gods and the new. Before your friends. Before your most trusted and beloved. And those who may one day be. Pledge yourself. Become my knight of winter.
Sorry, Alexis is struggling to maintain a serious face.
Kneel.
Already pretty short, but okay.
Her long, tall form, and as she does under this moon, out of this moon and starlight, you can see again her form kind of shimmers and dissipates. She, and rather than being naked again, she is wearing this brilliant silver, wintry themed kind of robe, and her hair becomes stark white, and she looks as if she's made of diamonds and ice. She pulls out, she reaches for Glitch's silver rapier. She... Do you swear to be my knight, to help me enforce the laws of the old religion, to bring this world to a fairer and more just and peaceful equality?
I do. I swear it.
She hands the sword back to Glitch. Rise.
Stand up.
She leans in her very tall form, Cardiva. Let's go get drunk.
Please! Wait,
We
first-
have 47 gallons of moonshine.
We do!
I think you guys could have... Do you have a bag of holding?
No, but we can carry 4 gallons of moonshine.
Yeah, I
All right.
definitely
I'll give
carried
you
one
2
then.
gallons apiece. How about that?
Okay.
Perfect. 8 gallons of moonshine. I know a place that we can drink it.
We took some hags moonshine.
Getting drunk!
She says, she's like, such drama. Shall we return to Bridgeton?
Yes, I need
See the
to,
town?
I need to collect Trilly from safekeeping. Return her so that my ma don't worry about her.
Do you all want to meet somewhere after you're done with your business? About a little before midnight? Party? There's a pop-up tavern.
It'll take us about half a day's travel to get back, and it's nighttime now.
Did you ask her?
I'll say it. Oh, I can't say that. I'm like, it's quite a travel back to town.
I have my ways.
Okay. Oh,
So?
we do too. We have a carriage.
Yes, but it doesn't work here.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
definitely.
Yes, it would take us quite a bit. I don't know if we'd be able to. Is that time?
I'll get
Right
us
a-
back.
Okay.
Yeah, right
okay
quick.
then.
Yes. Simple.
Because it's like an hour across town to where we dropped Chili off from your parents, correct?
Yeah, but if Markin's just getting us back to Bridgeton proper,
Yeah.
rather than out here in
You have the
Holiday
time.
Holler.
I wouldn't
perfect.
have
Yeah.
asked if
Yeah.
you didn't
We'll
have the
be
time.
okay.
Perfect.
We'll be okay.
Let's talk about logistics.
yeah.
So
Sorry.
if we
go.
stop,
Let's not. Yeah. So, guys, if I'm asking
My
you,
bacon
Yeah,
meat is.
yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
We'll be fine.
so, yes. I'll meet you all. Meet me at my Neverfar College in the art basement.
Okay. Yeah,
You
it'll
know
be
that.
open. We can get in there,
Yeah.
right? Or we'll.
She winks at you.
Okay.
I imagine you're quite the expert at breaking in.
I'm
and
sure that we have
destroying.
some skills that we could use for that.
I have a particular set of skills.
Murdering the night janitor.
Please don't do that.
Mrs. Kilgast, I mean, this is why I need help.
assist.
Oh no!
I only use her when absolutely necessary. Mrs. Kilgast, I'll give you my soul if you give me the remote.
It's just so far.
So, I will kill. There's nothing else. I can get us back there. Shall
Of
we?
course.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Get us off this mountain.
She begins to chant, and a circle of runes appears on the. Step in.
Step in.
Me too.
You guys. And there's. And you appear in some rickety little shack. And she's like, home sweet home. And she opens it. It's like barely enough to fit you all in there. It just seems to be like a shack with like a little yard and a fence. You guys are actually in Mothios.
Yeah.
Oh, shack. She's like, home sweet home, isn't it? And as she says that, you see off in the distance Elder Secrets. In a massive torrent of fire and an explosion that sends a shockwave. The shockwave cascades and goes over, and you see it lift up, barely gracing the property edges and not affecting other buildings. The tree erupts into fire. You see the blood apples pop, 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 pop,
Damn
pop,
it.
pop, and you hear
The crocodiles.
no! And the tree and falls into the mist of the peaks.
Quite the entrance.
Was it me? Shall we go? She's like, she takes you guys on. The shadows coalesce around you. You guys dart forward to Agrith, where you guys can part.
I'm just going to point out, guys, that we seriously just lost cool points. We shouldn't have looked at the explosion. We should have just
And
kept
just
walking.
turned away.
Supposed to walk
Put
away
on the
from explosions.
sunglasses. That looks like a job for... I don't know.
Okay, so
So Morpheus is where the
Yep.
tavern is, right?
yes,
The
Yeah.
the
The devil dog.
Oh,
the
okay.
downward dog. You have tavern names. Just don't get along.
The Briar Shadow
Briar.
the Mito Shadow Battle.
The downward
Downward
dog.
dog. Yeah, because Devil Dog is handsome.
Oh.
I'm looking for Brahm. I know his name.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, we had to back in there.
All right. Back so soon. And Morgan and Glitch and them are not going to come with you, so.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
And he's like, back so soon.
It was unexpectedly quick.
Efficient. I like it.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm hoping most of our endeavors go this well.
I hope so too, since I have a little bit of a job for you later.
We'll talk.
Everything good, Miss O'Shea?
Tis. How's Trilly?
She's sleeping. She's quite
Was
well.
she okay?
She was fine. She didn't understand any of it, but we're very good. We take care of kids all the time. We're very good.
Bit of a handful there, but you know.
Not really.
No, that's good.
Just have to teach her a little magic.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can I ask what you taught her?
Chill touch.
You fucking would, Matthew.
Miss O'Shea, I'm joking. I didn't teach her any magic. I just taught her the different levels of prestidigitation, which apparently she already knew.
Yes, yeah. She's been looking quite up to Civilius, so she learns rather quickly from him.
She is a quick study.
Thank you so much.
I don't even know that spell, chill touch. I'm not a monster. So I'll go get her if there's nothing else.
Just like Jesus Christ, Matthew.
I like teaching her.
Yeah.
Cantrip level necromancy.
Oh my God.
She's in in the schoolyard instead of fostering it.
So goes and he retrieves Tilly. She seems very well cared for. She seems happy.
Okay. Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
You ready to go home? Did you have a good day?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. I just kind of pick her up.
She's like, she goes over to Civilius.
Okay.
Yep. I take her hand. Let's go home.
That's fine.
I was
Come on,
gonna
boy.
see if
Let's
we
all
could
go
stealth and
home.
just not wake her up
No,
on the
this
way
one.
home.
Oh.
No,
Theme music.
sorry, yeah.
Move them on.
So, you guys head back to Manor O'Shea?
Yep.
Yes.
Of course.
You guys make your way there. You go through the Landing Bastion and arrive at O'Shea Manor. You cross into the foyer, and what do you do?
Mom, Ma.
No response.
Should we just put Trilly to bed? Then we can check on everyone else.
What's the house look like?
Looks good.
Are they in the study? Is anybody around at all?
What do you do?
I don't know any sort of safe word or anything.
You can try.
No. Okay. Then I don't.
I mean, what time is it?
Yeah. What time is it?
It's late.
Yeah.
Oh, they're probably sleeping. Let's get Trilly to bed.
Okay.
We'll go to
Let's just.
On the way there, I peek in whatever bedroom is there someone in it.
They're sleeping.
Okay. Okay.
So evil.
Yeah.
Are they sleeping,
Yes.
Alexis?
No, I
Are
tuck
they?
in. Tuck Trilly in, and then say, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna see if my mom and Ma are still awake.
It's late.
They should
They'll-
have known.
In the study, or
Even if they're asleep, they'll want to know their daughter's back.
exactly.
Yeah. This is important.
Are they in the study or
They're in their beds.
in their beds asleep?
Yeah. Well, they're like bedded down. They're down.
I just knock on the door.
Come in. I know. It's always for me to get into the accent. Come here! I'm not a professional.
I know.
Oh, Gilly, you're back.
We're back. So was Trilly. That was, yep.
Thank the gods above.
And,
Take me.
Are you decent enough for a few, for my companions to speak with you real briefly?
Yeah, the ones you were traveling with,
Yeah.
right? Not anyone else?
No one else.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Lie to your parents.
Huh?
No, I'm joking. Go ahead. You're joking. I was joking.
Oh,
no,
right.
don't mention it. Yeah.
Yeah. Too much.
This is
Too
the
much
devil
alcohol.
cat.
Which is too. There's a dragon.
Please do not lord up on the pirates anymore.
Constantly
Not doing
revealing
that.
everything
Oh
to
my god.
everyone.
Oh my god. Anyway.
She's
Um,
been slipping truth potions
Justice?
into our drink.
Justice, could you hand that stone to me, Mom, please?
I believe this belonged to you.
Mathanwe, the Lady of the Meadows, takes.
I didn't know what would happen if I touched it.
I will retransmute it. Got you. Okay. I will retransmute it back to its original form, but I will do it carefully. As long as we don't break it in its current form, nothing should happen. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Sure you understand what that means.
Of course, Kelly.
We can talk about the details of all that later. We have some more business to attend to, but
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
I hope it's nothing untoward.
I think that's yet to... I think it's better than truly becoming a hag.
All right.
So, I told you we would work it out. We worked it out. Okay?
Kelly, Philomena's gone.
What?
Philomena's gone. Wait, can I get the list actually real quick? Who's just beneath Corin?
Dunkling.
No, Corin.
Oh,
In age.
Corin in age?
Yeah.
Corwin is just younger
No.
than Corin.
Sorry, below that one. The one that's like 17, 18.
You have too many
Finnan.
siblings.
Finnan is gone. Sorry, not Philomena. Finnan's how old?
Finnan is 19.
Yeah, Finnan is exactly Finnan. Finnan is gone. He figured things out, and he's incredibly angry. And he took a train and left.
Is he angry about Trilly or
Yeah.
Gilly?
Gilly, they're Trilly. He's incredibly angry with.
It's understandable, although I feel like it's misplaced, but... Are you okay?
He's 19. There's nothing we can do. He didn't take any of his savings though, which I'm a bit pissed about. But he just took a bag of coin and left.
Did he leave any note or anything? Did he say
What do you mean,
where he was headed, or do you know where he was headed?
Mercinia?
Well, there's nothing like teenage angst, I suppose.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't take up with like the church or something.
Is he as formidable as your daughter here?
Or House Moira. Jeez.
No. Finnan's smart, but I mean, no. Dealey's the most talented and the most powerful of our children. Corwin's catching up.
Well, we haven't really figured out where we're headed next, but I think that was originally going to be the plan, so...
He's an adult. He has every right to be angry with us. And
Angry, sure, but he should at least keep his head about him.
well, if you're headed that way, I mean, we're gonna reach out, but we're not gonna do anything without his consent.
Sure.
I don't even want to scry on him, to be honest. Though I might sneak a peek,
Just to make sure he's okay.
just to make sure he's okay.
Well, we can talk about that tomorrow a bit. He gave me a scare there for a moment.
I'm sorry. I know. Feeling.
It's a bit too much for me tonight,
dead.
Mom.
dead angry with us.
He's dead to us.
He's passed away from here.
We are off the rails. Not really.
Okay, well, great.
Sorry. if it's
We'll
clicking.
we're going back out. We're probably gonna be out a bit late, but we'll be home later, and we can talk about more things tomorrow.
All right. Well, enjoy yourself tonight, I suppose.
Plan to get well and drunk.
We'll be here.
Okay.
So, what do you all wish to do?
Pop a bar.
Head back to the basement of the Art Institute.
Yeah.
The art library, basically the art
Nevermore
building
College.
Yeah.
of Neverfar College.
How far away is it?
Hour or so, I suppose. By foot.
Sure. That's what we want to do. Got no homes.
With the group, I'm not gonna let them out of my sight with them being as adventuresome as they are.
Alrighty. So you guys get ready.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one who started it.
Depending on how long he takes. 4 hours?
So you guys are arriving
So
late.
this is the point in which I kidnap him.
Oh, okay. Roll for kidnapping.
How do I roll for kidnapping?
I'm not sure. Just roll.
Yeah. Roll opposed athletics.
Yeah.
Oh.
He'll assist. He'll assist his sister.
No,
that roll.
You won't have to assist my
What'd you roll?
He rolled a found the
4
die.
because I have a -1.
So basically, like you're
2
getting
hours.
ready, and like you look great, and you're just like, and then all of a sudden he'll feel 4 arms, whoosh, drag you out after about 2 hours. Yeah.
I'm not that patient. You got 45 minutes.
You're in goat form.
Yeah.
Sheila.
Gravel.
Misty step.
So, you guys make your way to Neverfar College, which is located. I don't know why I always forget this part.
Well, it's
in
not
the
that far away,
Bruini.
right?
It's in
Yeah.
Bruini. So
Never
it's
far
not
away.
far.
Yep.
It's
So it shouldn't take
Neverfar.
an hour.
Nine. Yep.
Second star to the right, straight on to the morning. And that's Neverland.
Yes, it is.
You approach the closed and not to be trespassed college. What do you do?
We're going to need to break in.
So
Have you
if
done
I
this before?
slightly push on it.
Nope. But
The gate, it's
tonight's
locked.
the night for new things, apparently. So.
It's a really old building, college setting, and you guys are on like there's a campus. It's not like it's entirely gated, but the area that you'd like to access, there's a gate. You know.
I'm gonna try to. Does it appear as a gate that would be like? Is it pure lock on both sides, or is it like you could easily undo it from the other side?
investigation.
Sorry, I yawned.
Yawning
My
is
fault.
contagious. Yeah.
It is.
That would be 18.
It's a gate that's locked with one giant iron padlock.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's, I can attempt to unlock it if this is the way in.
Sure. If you'd like to boost his dexterous fingers there, I could guide him a bit.
Is this the best way in?
Lord.
Through the front gate, or is there a side entrance that we
Which
should...
This
Why not?
isn't the front gate. This is the gate of this section of campus.
Okay.
It's the largest, most public institution.
What would I know about the best way to get in?
This is it.
Okay.
And it's not serious. It's just where you get a united.
I would do
front.
both, but I can't hold concentration on both spells at the same
What?
time.
I've also got thieves' tools. I could just help them out.
Yeah, assist them.
Yeah,
That's actually exactly true. Yeah, you're a criminal. You're proficient. Yeah.
Yes, I
We're-
am.
So just
Sure.
you can roll twice with advantage.
You criminal,
We're-
you.
You and I are like, you and I are...
You've been helped by. You've
Uh,
been helped by a smooth criminal,
and that
you
would
get a
be-
D4 for guidance.
D4 for guidance, and
Yeah, I
this
just
is
sang you my
thieves' tools
guidance.
check. Oh yeah, so that's a plus. 1 second. 17 plus 7. That's a 24.
Alrighty.
You're
Yeah.
good. This is Dex proficiency.
So yeah, this was actually a very rudimentary gate. You're like, oh.
You and I are like, it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Child.
So you guys pass in. You go around, go to the art building. And you hear a dum 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 dum. Use a Fey music, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can enter the pop-up bar if you so wish.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Sure,
have to
we
kill
all-
any guards.
We all got ourselves gussied up and such, whatever we wanted, so.
I made the mistake of letting Gilly pick my outfit, and I've slowly been changing it on the walk over so she doesn't notice.
Glorious. So you guys
I have
descend
a pocket
down.
mirror
The,
I'm still trying to fix.
you descend down to the staircase into the kind of fog that is, so emblematic of this environment. There's flashing lights. It's impossibly dark in here. Some of you have dark. You all have dark vision at this point, but you enter in, and it's the usual crowd. There's a lot more halflings here this time around. Morgan is there. And what do you wish to do?
Drink.
Yeah. Okay.
When he gets about 3 drinks in, I want to muss his hair.
Okay. Roll for mussing.
Because I'm going to be just as drunk as he is at that point.
You're gonna have to make an attack roll to do that.
I'm thinking sleight of hand, actually, so 14.
How can I resist sledding?
What's your passive perception?
Well, no,
Right.
I will regulate this.
No, I will! I'm kidding.
So if you are actively resisting, what is your passive perception?
14.
What'd you get?
14.
So you see it,
Oh.
and you were able to dodge it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like with that supernatural grace that he has, he just dodges it. You're like,
I'll just misty step to the other side of the bar.
It's okay.
thunders.
Whether he can hear it or not.
Oh no.
I point at him and say, "Your time will come." And I continue drinking.
Perfect.
I'm observing my comrades getting progressively more drunk with level of discomfort.
Who all is here?
The usual crowd: Corin, you are. I almost said Gilly. Morgan, Glitch, and Vitar. Or not Vitar. Sorry. Yeah, not Vitar. Ardini and Belna, or whatever her name was. Yeah, the usual crowd plus some halflings, some people you know.
Ardini was the female. Right.
Ardini
No.
was the
Vitar-
male.
Ardini was the male, and then
Belnini or something was the lady, and
Was
then
the woman,
Vitar was Beverly's
Vitar was
disguise.
Beverly's alias.
Yeah, Vitar was big.
So, when you do enter, Glitch approaches you in more of his casual night regalia. He's like, hello.
Hi, Glitch.
We're co-workers.
Apparently so.
And he gestures his hand out.
Take it.
Dance with me, Gilly.
Sure.
He whisks you away from the party.
Funny.
Alrighty.
So, co-workers, what does this sort of work entail?
Oh, every occasion, protect Morgan, make sure she don't get hurt. Defeat those who stand against us occasionally. Although there's not too much of that going on anymore. Well, not immediately. Just fight for the little guy. Preserve justice and equality. I feel silly saying the word justice because you got a friend named Justice.
I know it is quite a bit strange every time I say it. I just feel like I just get this tingly feeling like he's listening, or
Right.
like if he's not there, and
Right.
if I say it when he is there, then it's like it's just so strange.
But we'll teach you the magics. There's 2 routes you can take. You could be a bit more like me or a bit more like Corin.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
You can use a blade! And he summons a silver rapier.
Right through someone on the dance floor.
He just stabs someone and bleed out.
It's that kind of party.
Or you could just focus on your guile and wit.
I think I'll go with that one.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not so handy with the blade like that.
Oh, I was picturing us with some nice training montages and the like. That's okay.
Oh, that I'm sure I could do with some training, but I don't know if I'll ever get quite there.
All right. Yeah,
Training.
that's the whole bit, and there's no. It's not like forfeit your life kind of stuff. If you stop, you just stop. You walk away. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are. Depends how deep you get, but you're just a little knight errant, is what we call that in the common tongue. So you have a little bit more freedom, but the more power you want, the less freedom you'll get. And that's understandable because we're talking about the real juice here, the real stuff.
Okay. Interesting. Well, Thanks for the tidbits of information there.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's all a bit of a whirlwind here.
I know. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. There's been some foul talk about I had to be there for Morgan. But I've been wanting to see you. I've been wanting to make sure we reconnect. I was thinking we could do something soon during the day. Like normal people.
I don't even know what normal is lately.
I'm not sure what your hobbies are. I know you're right, proper, book smart. I'm actually pretty learned myself. I don't know if you know that. I've been alive a long time.
How long have you been alive? If you don't mind my asking.
A long time. But
Like Sevilia's standard long or like Morgan's standard long?
a long time. And so, you're dating an older man, Gilly. I'm sorry to tell you. I know I look so youthful and cute, but you're dating an older man, a much older man than you. But I thought maybe we could see the sights in that regard. I thought maybe we could do something a bit more. I would say we could see the countryside, but the countryside around here has awful creatures in it.
You're telling me.
Yeah. So, I was thinking perhaps we could attend perhaps a lecture or something together.
That would be quite interesting. It'd be far more enjoyable than some of the nonsense that I've been dealing with lately.
I'll just whistle at you when you're free. How about that?
That sounds good.
I know you've got a lot going on. I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but
Sure. I would be cautious about coming around folks' home for the moment.
I wouldn't.
Until the dust settles, at least.
I don't plan crossing Lanning Bastion anytime soon.
That's understandable, also.
Your mom's a right proper scary wizard.
She sure can be when she needs to be.
I'm so glad you chose this path, Gilly. I've liked you ever since I met you. It's a rare occasion to meet someone who is as optimistic but as cunning as you. It's refreshing.
Thank you.
Oh.
Never.
Dude,
Sorry, I love fireworks.
they're playing fireworks for us, Gilly.
It sounds like it. That tree went up earlier.
Are there actual sparks here?
Dun 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 dun.
Minor illusions and
It
sparks.
just turns into Dirty Dance.
I know that's in Top Gun, but whatever. I don't know what song Dirty Dancing is. Oh.
Oh. Why, thank you. Guess this means we're going to be working together, so getting to know each other a bit more.
Yeah, there's some stuff. We're gonna take the train to a town, and then once we get past the mist and catch a ride on the airship. We're gonna get up to the airship, and we're gonna take them to Mercinia next in a couple days.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing the details of all of that.
Yeah.
I think I am, at least.
Oh, you will be. I promise. I'll be looking out for you, Gilly. I understand your trepidation.
Is he being genuine this whole time?
Roll inside.
Does liquor count as water?
10.
What is that question? No, liquor and water are two different things.
But from a magic perspective.
Yeah, no, from a magic perspective, they're different. Yeah.
You can't use control water on
10.
You're 10?
Yeah.
As you look up
My
into
dialogue had to
his
run out.
ridiculously handsome and good-looking and charming elven face,
Yup.
you're like,
Yep.
nice man in all of this horrific terror. I should really lean into him. And yeah, he's very trustworthy, and he's there for you. That feels good in this time where so few seem to be.
Yeah.
So,
Just keep on dancing.
what are you doing?
I wanted to know if I could use Create or Destroy Water to screw with people around the bar. Because I wanted to destroy water in their glasses so they kept being empty for no reason.
Unfortunately, there's not
You
enough.
destroy the ice.
Yeah.
Suddenly they have warm drinks.
You could destroy the ice buckets and stuff. Yeah.
So
To
she's
water their
with
drinks
Glitch. What are my other companions doing?
What are you guys doing?
I'm just at the bar drinking.
Okay.
Open bar, right?
Yeah, of course. It's Morgan.
It's a pretty lively crowd. I would probably just be at the bar with him, or just kind of lurking around the. Actually, I'm being a wallflower. I'm just kind of lurking around the periphery, observing the goings on, watching my friends get progressively more drunk, and kind of trying to keep an eye on them. The
Can
protector.
I craft little flowers out of him while he's standing against the wall?
Sure.
That's adorable.
So you're gonna see like 7 or 8 flowers just spread up from your arms, your shoulders, any pieces of wood I can see from across the bar.
I just look at you and I minor illusion. Let's see, the image of a snake slither up your arm.
Oh, they don't bother me.
I know. I'm just what I do.
So you're sitting there with wallflowers, and so a little bit ways into the night, there's this very tall, lean, well-built half-elf who approaches you. He is stunningly attractive, as they all seem to be when they hang around Morgan. Even though you are an asexual person, you can't help but admire his physique, and you get the sense that you're dealing with a very dangerous person. And he kind of... Mighty fine seeing you here.
Beverly.
Am I that obvious?
When you know what to look for.
Well played. So I will do the Beverly voice, but he's doing the deep voice. So, I know you want a little meeting with me and Morgan, but I thought we could meet by our own lonesome here tonight.
That is fine with me.
Shall we go somewhere private?
I take a look at my friends. They look like they're okay.
Yeah, they're in good company.
Okay.
You still have enough flowers?
So
That's the best.
he's like,
That's my favorite.
you better make it not obvious. And he puts out both of his hands.
Lead the way, but I don't take his hands. I'm just following.
All right, so he kind of just puts his hand on the small of your back, and roll stealth.
I'm putting flowers all over him.
Right, this was after.
This is it's a couple hours, he said.
Oh, then yeah, I would have stolen liquor from behind the bar.
Why are you like this? You know what? Selena reminds me of one of my aunts. Actually, that's exactly what my aunt would have done. It's free. As she grabs the bottle.
I'm having a cocktail.
You drink this whiskey.
So, but it's not about if free or not.
Yeah.
It's about sitting at the bar surrounded by other people I don't know.
And you take it kind of outside in the impromptu beer garden. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, so just
Cool.
outside away from everybody else,
Yeah.
I've got 2 bottles of liquor.
So you step into the cold night air, and there's kind of a smaller, quiet crowd, and you sit down and just kind of sit there alone with your thoughts.
Yep, and all my liquor.
So
21 on the stealth check.
he takes you up to basically a teacher. Yeah, you guys, they disappeared. And based on your passive perceptions, you guys didn't see them leave together. And so you guys are in a small lecture room, and and so he says, "Have a seat," and he just tells you to sit down in one of the little chairs.
I prefer to stand.
All right, ruin the metaphor. And he stands in front of the desk and leans on it with his palms and looks up at you as you're on the first tier of the forum.
The shadow magics that you used.
Void magic.
Sorry, did I say shadow? Sorry. Void magics that you used when assassinating the Archduke.
Grand Duke.
Grand Duke.
Mhm.
Apologies.
It's okay.
What can you tell me of them?
I can tell you void magic is dangerous. I can tell you that it's not a very common skill. And there's maybe a handful of people in the world who can do it. And I would tell you that I paid a very high cost for this power.
The effects that it had in preventing the Grand Duke from being resurrected, is that a property of the void itself?
That was part of an agreement I made with my patron. That was the last, one might say, part of a much larger mission.
What is your mission, if you're able to divulge?
He wanted me to kill the Grand Duke. Well, he wanted me to kill someone who was important enough that the Gish, or anyone for that matter, would use true resurrection on, so that something may be resurrected. He did that. It did that. This thing, my patron, asked me of that. And it coincided with our own motivations to destabilizing the Republic, so I went ahead and did it.
The Heathens Collective?
Yes, those are two separate things.
Your patron's goals aligned with that of the Heathens Collective, is what you're saying. In terms of destabilizing.
No. Allow me to be more clear. I needed to kill someone powerful enough that someone else would have used true resurrection on the cults.
Yes.
Someone in earnest and in trust. So, as a member of the Heathens Collective, I chose the Grand Duke targets because that was convenient with our goals. The Void doesn't care who I kill.
Of course. And the ultimate goal of the Heathens Collective, to overthrow the Republic.
Of course. And all of these wretched institutions. The college, the confessory, the presidium, and the nobility.
What is your motivation?
Equality, fairness, and justice for all. In the real sense. Not some lying, thieving slave republic built on a promise for freedom for very few.
Are you allied with Morgan?
Yeah.
And yet you were asking... Oh, yeah, never mind. You asked us to spy to make sure that their causes were aligned. I'm not going to ask that question. I produce the Void Diamond. I say, does this have any use?
It could.
If I put it back away, I too have motivations to deal with the inequality within Gishari. I have concerns, however, that you stamp out the nobility, they will simply come back with their magics. Could this, and I gesture to the pouch where I put the thing, could this help prevent them from coming back?
Yes, it could. If you crafted it into a weapon that you could use.
Do you know how to do such a thing?
I do not. However, there are those who did for me what we call a void smith. There is perhaps one left in existence.
Would you be able to put me into contact with this void smith? Or act as a fence?
I could, but do you understand what you're getting yourself into?
With all of my being.
There is a small town in the northern hills of Droska, just east of the Uris. Its nickname is Night Town. Go there. Ask for Voskal.
Could you spell that?
Voskal. Voskal.
Is there a secret phrase? Should I tell him Beverly sent me?
Knowing that name is all you need to know. There will be a kind of watering hole. I wouldn't call it a tavern. Go there. And be prepared to pay a price.
Is this a monetary value? Or is this a service?
Pulls his hand up and there's a And there's a map of Cragmandu with the missing part of the city.
I understand. Does this happen only once? Or is this a property that takes place anytime? Better make it a good one.
He pulls out his void dagger. He's like, you wouldn't believe the things you could do.
Does the dagger have any latent properties besides that?
Latent?
Residual? The effect of preventing resurrection works only once.
Oh, I misunderstood. Well, yes, I would say it prevents This was my one time at bat. It has other properties. It entirely depends on what the Voidsmith makes for you. Each weapon of the Void is different.
Understood. I think some of our goals might be in alignment.
I think we would make a smashing couple. Partnership.
Allies.
Allies.
I do know a couple of members on the council or the circle of red and gold.
Oh, such friends in high places. Who was that?
Vorsh was my commander. And I have dealings with the Dragon of Cragmandu.
Vorsh and the Dragon of Cragmandu. Well, those are mighty fine friends you have there.
If we're looking to enact change, they could be useful. Helpful, even.
Of course.
If you see any opportunities, the Cretans, is that the name?
Cretans, yeah.
It's the Cretans, the slavers of the Glide, targets of opportunity.
Slavers of the Stone Marsh.
Sorry. Well, I was thinking Cretans and then the slavers who are in the Lennox. Yeah. Please let me know I'm looking to enact change.
Well, all right. You'll be very busy this year, won't you?
I am an agent of change.
Good luck in Droska.
Any tips on how to get there? I hear the airships can be somewhat unreliable.
Airships are pretty reliable as long as you stay clear of the Glide. But, dock in Mercinia, or Gish, or Cragmandu, and take a water vessel to Halfgar, then take another water vessel, get processed there, and then take another water vessel from Halfgar to the shores, and then make on land through one of those legendary iron trains.
Thank you for the information, Beverly.
You are mighty welcome. I'm so glad we got to meet.
As am I. How do we get in contact with you if I need to?
He points to the void diamond.
Speak to it?
Yes.
Does it have any other properties that I should be aware of?
It's housing a dead god of the void.
Anything else? So then that's for comedic effect. Just that?
I was also laughing at what was going on
The
with
music?
the music right there.
Yeah, it got pretty intense. Yeah, pretty awesome.
No. Not yet. That's why you're gonna go to a voidsmith. That's what you would call a reagent. However you say that.
Well, we will see what Voskull is able to create from it.
Good luck.
You as well. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you. Shall we go back to the party?
Yes, I'm sure that my friends are going to be in need of taking care of.
Alright.
He makes 14 attacks. It takes the dagger as soon as you turn around.
Sure.
All right.
What are you guys doing?
And then I put out 5 magic missile bursts and and then just blew her head clean off. It was crazy.
Wow, that's awesome, Gilly.
There's like a small crowd of people.
Yes,
around
yeah,
listening-
Glitch and all of his
listening
bros
to
and
me
and
tell
gals.
the story about how he killed a hag.
The in crowd of Morgan, and Morgan's sitting there. She's like, "Oh, wonderful, Gilly, wonderful."
It was crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I stealthed out.
And there's a really
Action
nice
dice.
human woman there who's like, "That's lovely." In the inner
Oh.
circle,
Oh, yes, isn't it?
it is.
We had some lovely help.
Mrs. Caldwell, by the way, pleasure to meet you. What's wrong with you?
I didn't do that. Gilly didn't do that. Alexis found it funny.
Drunk Gilly has no perception of space
True.
and time.
Gilly knows what to do with the hand. Alexis just found it funny.
Oh, shit.
It's been a night, Matt.
This has been a night.
A little bit.
Just drinking.
Okay.
How many in are you? Roll the dice well.
Oh, that's a really 6.
Nice.
So you guys are all sitting there boozing, drinking, having a good time. Music's playing. I should probably turn off the dark and foreboding music for the party. And the night moves on. You're sitting outside. You guys all just, I guess, Morgan will gussy up to you actually. She's just like, thank you for well, I don't know if I'd say thank you, but I think it's good. I think you made the right choice.
I think it was, I don't know quite how I feel about it yet, but I know that I feel better about making sure that Trilly was safe.
I think that's more important than anything else we've talked about. Trilly is safe.
Yes.
I care for your family a great deal. Well, that's not true. That's not. I mean, I'm incapable of feelings for others on that level. But I do feel something. When you arrived in Bridgeton, your mother was meeting someone, wasn't she?
Yes. Yes, she was. Don't know her.
Did you catch her name?
Dupla. I mean, Gilly's mind is pretty sharp, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name was Dupla Croy or something like that. Came from somewhere in Athadia, I think.
Let's see. Do you know anything else about her?
Sort of merchant? Not sure. I just noticed that she was leaving as we were arriving.
She's been pretty active lately, this Dupla Croy.
Is that so?
Yes. She's been spotted meeting a number of important nobles in several different capitals, as our network has been able to tell us. And I know that a few months prior to the explosion of the airship, she was seen meeting with Dryden Dicker's father.
I just got something in my eye. Okay.
Serious
Random
Things in my eye.
Random things in my eye, yeah. Okay. Oh.
I'll stop being a distraction now.
And I know that 3 years or 4 years ago, again based on our information, she was the representative who brokered the deal between the Grandling Company and the Lanigs.
Bum, bum, bum.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. I know that she was involved, chiefly.
So she seems to have some sort of representation with the Grandling Company then.
She is a powerful merchant in Solitude, and she was ensuring them fair trade into Solitude exports for the silver.
One second.
Into Dalmaria. And she brokered the deal between the Lanegs and the Grandling Company. More recently, one of our agents was able to spot her in Crackmandu, where she had a meeting with your friend Justice.
Really?
Yeah.
That smile.
I'll have to ask him about that. He didn't seem to know her when we were introduced.
Good spy would never get that kind of information away.
Sure, of course. Huh. So what are your thoughts on her then? What sort of
I don't know.
I think it's just a bit coincidental and
But I think a few days when we make for Mercinia, we
Mhm.
get there, after we've done some things, we should consider investigating her or doing something.
she does seem to be tied to quite a few things there.
Yeah. I don't know why she was meeting with your parents, but I wouldn't imagine it's good.
So you don't trust her.
No, I don't trust any merchant that's influential. Neither should you.
Okay. That's good to know.
I'm always worried about being too loud. Not that part, no.
Oh.
No, dude.
No one's complaining about it.
Sorry to drop more onto you, but this is going to be part of your job as the Knight of Winter.
Okay.
I think there might be a trip to Solitude in your future. I'm not sure.
Oh. Well, I guess I really am going to get to travel a bit more than I
Oh,
thought.
absolutely, darling.
Oh, jeez.
And I do know that the last spy we had on her has gone missing and is dead.
No.
Yes.
You know what happened?
She killed him, I imagine.
Just, you don't know the details, you just know that they just dropped.
We're assuming at this rate.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd probably, but since we're sort of connected in some way that I don't fully understand yet, but did it affect you at all when my hand was affected?
No.
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 So if I'm damaged or you're damaged,
No?
we're not tied quite that closely.
No, this
Okay.
is far beyond simple magic like that.
Okay.
I'm not like a copy or a simulacrum. I'm my own.
No. I was just curious about what sorts of ties we might have. I was just curious. I don't understand the magics. So
We will teach you. You are a creature of two worlds for now. You are part Fae, but you are also a halfling. Which part of that you choose? That's a conversation for a later time, but yeah. You are of two worlds at the current moment, and you may one day have to choose between those two worlds. But that's a conversation for the other day.
sure. Not quite on my doorstep yet.
You're a fairy. It's really good news.
I'm a fairy. Oh boy, truly would really get a kick out of that one. Another weird, odd question, but I don't have any papers for this ring, and I think I probably need them.
All right, I can forge you some.
Okay, so probably be helpful, right?
Hmm.
I would guess.
I'll
Okay.
get you in contact with our forger.
And that scepter or whatever it was. Would you give me a rod or
A rod.
a rod?
I can get you one for that.
Oh, you don't need it back.
No, it's yours. It's a symbol of your pact.
Oh, okay.
It's a symbol of your office.
Okay.
You present that to any follower of the old religion, they'll know that you're a Knight of Winter.
Well then, okay.
Yes. It's a gift.
You know, do you have any reading materials that I might be able to look at? I know it's a weird question, but you know, I'm a bit of a bookworm.
Sure. My understanding is
More I
Glitch
can
is going to
understand.
show you some reading materials.
He was gonna take me to see a lecture, but wasn't. I guess that's where that's
I believe
going.
that's also on the agenda.
Oh, two different things. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Sounds
Practice your diction.
good.
Just excuse me while I'm actively listening and not paying attention all at the same time, giggling at everything.
Lord. Okay. Well, this is new, sister.
Yes. So I'm so glad you're part of the fold now. It's going to be fine, Gilly. It's going to be fine. And I was serious before when I talked about doing you being part of the opening act. I was thinking 3 numbers.
What night is this? Which night is this?
I'll help you.
Okay.
Winter.
Okay.
Let's say 48 hours.
In 48 hours, the concert?
That's when the concert is. Wait, actually,
Yeah,
you guys.
because isn't it already scheduled? Isn't this the one?
Yeah,
at
I know.
Green Rush?
Hold on, let me do the math.
Okay.
24
No.
hours.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It is. It is. It's 24 hours.
I've got so much to do.
You guys are like, we're busy.
I don't have time for your shenanigans,
We
Morgan.
have a dragon to kill still.
Maybe.
Okay. There might be some things on our agenda. When are we leaving town?
Couple days.
A few days? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a welcome distraction, I think.
All right.
Hang on.
A day. We're here a day. Yeah, 24 hours.
You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know the answer to the question I was about to ask. So never mind. Don't tell
Good.
me. I won't ask it. I don't want to know.
What does man flesh taste like?
Like a
Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
If I can't walk home, I'm gonna put enhance ability on myself in either dexterity or constitution.
It's Constitution.
I won't be able to walk home.
I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level for both
You
of
guys
us.
can. Oh, so crashing here or going to O'Shea Manor? Where are you guys laying your head? You can crash here and
We're
then
headed-
skedaddle in the morning, basically, like a bunch of freaking college students.
I want to sleep at home after everything.
I didn't get drunk. I'll help ensure that they get home.
Lesser restoration cures drunkenness too.
Yeah,
I don't think I have that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
What would be the fun in that? Like, oh,
He's
I'm
super
so drunk.
So yeah,
Up in
who's
my
carrying
buzz,
Sylvilius home?
As I said, we have we can
Third level.
3rd level so that I can do both of us enhance ability.
Oh, so you feel
So-
bad. You can walk-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
You like
just
come
gonna-
from a
I'm
blackout
gonna
state to a
Misty
very
step my
drunk.
way home.
Yeah.
Dumping all my spell slots.
I can just picture it because he's like so drunk, so he's just like.
Well, the thunder step is farther, so.
Boom! Just get like glass windows
So-
blowing out.
There
people
goes that.
dying.
I was gonna talk
You
to
guys-
drunk civilians, but if you're Misty stepping all
Did
over
you want
town,
to, or
a little bit. I mean, we don't have to.
no? Not that important.
Dog on the way home.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
Alright, O'Shea Manor.
How are you doing, Civilius?
I'm great. I don't look all that good, but you know, that's what happens when you don't get proper time to prepare.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Sure. Thank you again for
My dice too.
for that deal that you made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a good deal.
I love this so much. You know, I really appreciate it, and I didn't expect y'all to help me out so much and to care so much about Trilly, and it's really touching to see how much How far are you willing to go to make sure she was safe? And it means a lot to me.
Yeah, she's a halfling. She's family. It's good.
Okay. Yep. How do you feel?
I'm good.
Feel good?
I just misty step 30 feet.
Okay.
My non-dragon might perform at a concert.
Where'd Gilly go?
As you teleport.
She was right here.
You arrive back at the wonderful,
Oh, man.
warm O'Shea Manor with all of its bells and whistles. And you usher in, and as you guys all return to your respective rooms and make your appropriate precautions and things like that, Gilly, you stop at the last bedroom of the hallway where Trilly O'Shea sleeps. You open the door. She's there. She's safe. Master Cluth is standing there, sitting there in a chair. He's fallen asleep with a book. And you see that Faylene is in the bed as well. So you go to your room and you snuggle into your bed. You look around at all the things that have not been touched since you left for college. That was fateful 3 or 4 years ago. And you sit there and you think about everything that has just transpired and everything that might come to transpire. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Nice.
So we'll have all taken a long rest.
You guys are level 7! And you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Damn.
Damn. Crispy and crunch.
Damn.
So,
That hag's head went crispy.
we wanted to
crunch.
welcome everyone who was new here today. Thank you guys for showing up. I'll pull up the channel here in a second.
There's nothing going on in chat.
There was I know, but there was a new guy. Hi, Boomer TNT, who stuck around. I haven't seen that person before. That's
Boomer
all.
G&G.
But yeah.
Well, if he comes back
welcome.
along,
Yeah, he'll see the bomb.
Thanks for
Welcome everyone who stopped by. Thank you, everyone. Fun episode full of a lot of fun, and happy 4th of July. Would anyone like to say anything?
This was a really fun day.
Oh man, yeah.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed all the crazy shenanigans as much as we did.
Follow us on Twitch, on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and keep posted. My computer will be fixed soon, so I will be posting highlight videos and stuff, and we'll be more aggressive on social media now. So we will see you next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central, in the wonderful world of Edda. Bye!
Bye.